Okay, welcome back to DADISS, Crusade on Candy Kingdom, the slightly more podcast-oriented campaign we're running. Once again, it is I, Raven, your Dungeon Weaver, and today I am joined by...
Danielle. Holly.
Zack.
Yeah! So where we left off, if you guys need a refresher, which I doubt you do, but I can't start a session without a worried last time on Dragon Ball Z. So, you went to the Adventurer Convention, which is, I like saying those two words together, and there was the big massacre from the candy trash monsters, or the trash candy monsters, whatever you want to call them. They don't really have a name.
Droblins.
Sure. You finally made your way into the Dairy Queen's castle. You talked to the Dairy Queen. They have reason to believe that the heat, a virus that is overtaking the entire continent, is actually manufactured, though they have no idea how or where it's coming from. But they do hope to make a cure, and they have a couple leads on the first steps to doing that. The three of you, being the only survivors of the Adventurer Convention, have been tasked with this. It is a bit of a stealth mission, meaning you don't get much help from the Queen. We left off with you guys exiting the castle. The blizzard surrounding it opened up, and you stepped outside into sunlight. And that is where we pick up. The second you step out there, a little wagon comes up to you guys, and on the front of it, manning these fucking peanut butter horses, I don't know, is that little marshmallow girl that you like so much. And she's like, I have to start remembering some of these voices I do.
She sounded like Miss Minutes.
She's like, oh, well, I know the Queen said we couldn't help you guys too much, but I thought I could at least give you guys a lift, to the plains. Like, that way you at least don't have to walk there. Buy this wagon, it's like a day. So come on.
Oh my goodness, isn't that just the sweetest thing you've ever done? Come on, guys, let's get in.
Stop. She blushes a little bit,
That is the sweetest thing you could have done for us. Oh my goodness.
So you get on. I'm assuming everybody gets on.
Yeah, Kid will get on, and as he gets on, he'll say, "Thanks for helping us out of a sticky situation."
Oh, you noggin.
Oh, that was a good one. See, you're lightening up already.
You funny old man. As you get on, it kind of very clearly kind of haha, this was not built for something this big and heavy.
The horses are yeah, they start lifting up.
So that being the case,
you sit in the front.
I was going to ask if I should just walk.
This thing will outpace you if you just walk.
Okay.
The entire point of you guys taking this thing is that you'll get there faster.
Okay. Should I sit in the front then?
Sit in the front to balance out the weight.
You can sit wherever you'd like. She's a little, because she's this little marshmallow, so she's a little intimidated by her size. Yeah.
I saw what you did to that guy. He stretched out farther than he's ever stretched before.
You can sit wherever you'd like, honey.
I'll come to sit in the front.
Okay.
I don't want to straight up break or fucking.
Right. And so you guys make your way out of Nonparelis. And I mean, the three of you all travel here, so it's not areas that you're super unfamiliar with. It's the confectionery court has a lot of grasslands, fucking Windows 98 wallpaper.
I'm unfamiliar with it though.
That's true because you sailed here, so that's true.
Also, I wanted to ask
yes.
if this traveling time counts as a rest.
Not yet.
Okay.
But right now it is the sun is starting to go down, and this little marshmallow girl is we should be at the border to the plains, just before nightfall. So I think what we'll end up doing is I'll get you guys there. I'm certainly not going into the plains.
I wouldn't expect you to.
And we will we'll take a rest there, set up camp, and then I'll head out in the morning if that's okay with the three of y'all.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
And as you guys are going through the second half of the day, she's a camp is just chit chatting about she's a talker, She's not
She's
super.
my kind of girl.
She's not super giving you guys the opportunity to like say, oh, so like she's like describing her day to day like in the castle. At some point, she finally tells you guys that her name is Mary Piffin. So my name's Mary Piffin, you know, like that kind of stuff. And as you start to get like a little closer to the plane, she's clearly a little like jittery, and she's like, "Now listen, I know y'all three are like, you know, adventurers and all, but like how long do you plan on like going in there?"
As long as it takes to find what we need to.
Well, okay. Are y'all like?
I would think it would take at least a couple days.
Right. Well,
We'll do it as quick as we can.
pardon. This doesn't make a ton of sense given that there's one language, but pardon my French. The planes, and she kind of like lowers her voice. She's like, they kind of suck. Like y'all three seem plenty strong, but I don't know if y'all staying in there too long is a good idea.
Well, the plan is to get out as quickly as we can.
Well, are y'all going like? Are y'all cutting through the plains, or like are y'all like?
We're not quite sure.
The item that we need, we don't know where it is in the plains. Therefore, we're going to have to go somewhere where at least a few people are and try to get some information.
But we'll be careful. I can tell that you're very worried.
Okay, well, I mean, gracious me, I would never, ever go in there. It sounds to me like a place to get my ass kicked.
It is.
Which is the only time you've heard her say any like cuss word.
Well,
like,
hopefully you won't ever have to go in there.
oh well, hopefully not. Speaking of which, and like the cart kind of like, you guys are like in this path, and you know there's trees on either side, and you get to this point where somebody's very clearly like, it would be like maybe 3 inches deep, just deep enough that like it wouldn't go anywhere. There's just a small trench across the fucking road, and on the other side of it, like the trees look a little shittier, the grass looks a little unkept. Like,
Yeah.
She's like, speaking of which, this is I think where we're gonna camp out for the night. There's like a little wooden sign that's like the plains, like.
Oh boy.
It doesn't even say the donut
It
plains.
just says the plains. You know where you are, all right?
The back half of the sign is like scratched and fucked up.
Right.
Got graffiti on it.
And so she like steadies the horses. She does like a little bit of a U-turn with the cart to get it pointed back. She's clearly ready to fucking leave. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that like the sun's starting to set, she'd be on her fucking way. But she doesn't have the confidence to go back home alone at night, so she is okay. Her fucking little marshmallow body is like a fucking like paper bag. Like, Mary does not look like she's having a good time. As much as she loves hanging out with you, Trolli, because at this point, you're always super nice to her. You're a little intimidating, Igneas, and you're not mean, Kit, but you're certainly not nice. You're just an old man.
I'm just kind of here.
Yeah. And so she hops down from the cart. She just barely doesn't take falling damage from doing so, because there's a little ladder for her to get on. And she's like, okay, y'all, I know y'all mentioned earlier that the queen gave y'all like a tent and such. If it's okay with you, I think I'm gonna sleep in the cart.
Oh, of course.
I know I might be small, but I do like my space.
Do you want to sleep in the cart alone, or do you want somebody?
If that's okay with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Because if it were me, I wouldn't want to be alone.
No, I understand. But I think I'd rather be alone. I'm gonna try to get some sleep, so like I don't
If it makes you feel any better, I'll be keeping watch all night.
yeah, perhaps you guys
That's
should,
why.
perhaps you guys should, you know, take shifts or something, but I think I'd rather be alone. And she walks around, and like, you know, like the little stepping back of the cart, she has to like, has to like do a fucking pull up to get into
I'm
it.
gonna ask. Oh my god, do you need
No, I'm fine.
And she reaches up, you like notice that like her arms are like fucking like swole as fuck, and she's just.
I've had to do this many times. And then she gets in the back of the car, pulls the curtain. And I'm not even gonna make you roll like a perception check or anything. As soon as she's alone, she's me like, no fucking Christ, I gotta get the fuck out of here. like, I didn't want them to see just how bad this shit is, but I gotta fucking go. And so that's up to you guys to set up whatever kind of camp you want to do.
Well, since I have the tent, I'll go ahead and unbag that and start the process of setting it up.
Kit will help you.
That seems like a two-person job.
You reach
Actually,
for
you
the
know
tent,
what?
it rips in half.
Igneas, roll me, I didn't even think of this, but roll me like a pure luck check. Just roll a d20 and tell me what it says.
6.
It's just now becoming apparent to you that you won't fit in this tent.
I didn't plan to anyway.
Okay. The two of you will fit just fine. Hypothetically,
I'm not gonna be in the tent.
you could both sleep in it just fine.
Cool,
but
so it's just me. Cool.
sure, I guess you're the only one.
tent
who-
is for me.
It's like very okay. It's like a tent that like the queen kind of hooked you up a little bit. Like this tent could be big enough for like 4 people.
But he is.
But
4
you're just
people.
too tall is the problem here. Like 4 people to sleep in. You're just too tall is the problem.
I'm too wide.
And, yeah, you could barely fit in the fucking opening flap if you were short enough. You know, like,
Just turn him sideways, use him like a battering ram.
I'm this close to counting as a large creature.
right.
Like,
So you guys spend some time setting up those tents, or setting up that tent as the sun is setting. Technically, neither one of you need to sleep, but as Mary said, you should take shifts and like watching because like even though you're not in the plains, you are
Just
literally
outside
out of a
it.
cartoon on the fucking cusp of it. Like,
what I was going to suggest that we do is he faced that way and I faced the other way, and that way we're watching both directions.
take that up with
Technically,
her.
we can do that for the whole long rest.
Figure that out by yourself.
Take that up with her.
Figure that out by yourself.
Yes?
And he's just gonna sit down and turn away from you. And he's gonna like lean against a tree.
I know that this doesn't capture on camera, but in real, I had the most confused look. It took me a minute to actually understand what
That
it meant.
there is the. We don't really have a marker for this, so we're gonna play the real world objects game.
Here. That could be the tent
That's the cart.
that I'm sleeping in.
This is the tent.
And then, do you want pens?
Yeah, I do want pens. This will be like the tree line.
Kit is going to face towards the plains.
Okay. Well, okay, no, the plains are gonna be like. That's the border right there.
Oh, okay.
So you want to face that way?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
And then just kind of leaned up against
you
the
want to be
tree.
over here, or you want to be next to him?
On the opposite side,
Okay.
so that I'm watching her back.
Okay.
And I'll be in the middle, sleeping like a baby.
Right. So everything's kind of winding down. Is anybody doing anything as they settle in for the night?
I will read the diary.
Okay.
Unless you don't have the thing
Nope.
ready yet.
Can I poke my head out of the tent just real quick? And, Mary? Mary?
After
It's to face that way.
you hear some shuffling and then a little marshmallow pops out of the curtain. Yes.
Good night. Just let us know if you need anything.
Will do, Trolli. She walks back in and you hear a faint sob like, I want to go home.
That's all I wanted to do.
She's gonna be in there and be like, I'm so stressed out, and then she's just gonna fucking be like, oh, fuck it, and she's just gonna masturbate to you.
No. Okay, Igneas, are you doing anything besides just sitting there?
I watched that exchange. I thought it was amusing.
Okay.
Other than that,
So the way the diary is going to work is that I'm going to read entries out lound, and then post-session I will give you on like Google Drive, the diary entries, that you can read them whenever they want.
Right.
You can reread an entry whenever you want.
Right.
I'm not giving you the full diary right away. So, I'm assuming you're reading these like
In order.
like
pretty
left to
much.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So previously, when you would just quickly skim through the diary and like you would read like a sentence or two and then like skip a couple pages. As I described, it very much sounds like a young man who didn't really want to be doing this, and the further you get, it's more like a grizzled old man. As I described, it is like if I remember correctly, I said it was like a leather-bound book, and it has the Chocula family symbol on the front.
Embroidered.
Embroidered. Yeah. There's a fly here. And so you open it up to the beginning, and this is your first time properly reading it. And the first entry is as follows. I'm not going to do a voice for this guy.
That's fine.
Dearest Cynthia, I have tried to write you more times than I can count. Even now I write to you in a book you may never get. A coward's way of confrontation. To think our lives came to this. A year ago we were due to be wed. To think the two of us ruling over the Candy Kingdom side by side. It's a world I would have loved to live in. Can you even begin to comprehend how much it hurts that you find disgust in that potential future? How it's led us to where we are now, how it's led you on a war effort that has killed my father. The fantasies from when we were young, of a monarchless land, were nothing but that, fantasies. And yet here we are, raging a war on the very kingdom that nurtured you. What's worse, in your political tantrum, I have now been left behind to pick up the pieces. The rage I feel on a daily basis is something you'd never understand. Not with that petty colony of candy folk you're leading. Yet even with this rage, I could find it in my heart to forgive you if you'd simply listen to reason. If you'd simply drop this. Forget the war effort. Let the kingdom move on. I know you're too strong-hearted a woman to do that, though. Even with an idea such as this one, an idea that, wrong as it may be, you believe to be for the betterment of candy kind. And thus, I am left with my only option. I have to stop you. I need to stop this silly war and show you the might of a kingdom united. Father's dying gift to me was not only the Candy Kingdom, but all of its secrets. The royal family scientists have more up their sleeves than you could possibly imagine. I pray it never comes to... No matter. We'll never get further than another duel on the battlefield. I refuse to take your life, but I will make you see reason. Still yours, even after everything, James Chocula the 50. Roll me a quick history check.
Oh, I need my character sheet out. Uh, 16.
Okay. So you, being a man of battle and having an interest in the war and history, blah, 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 you had no idea that apparently Cynthia and Chocolate 50th were set to be wed at some point. That has been not wiped from the history books, but it's not something that's really talked about. But you do know that Cynthia was the first, like, once the war was over and the court was established, was the first family line voted in. But it's not the current family line voted in.
Right.
But that's...
It's not the pastries.
It's not the pastries. Her last name is not Pastry. But Cynthia was like the first family line voted in. What's more, since I'll say you rolled high enough, it now clicks for you that like painting you saw of an older, you weren't sure which one, Count Chocula, as well as like a white Choclatin, that was them together.
So that was Chocula the 50th.
That was Chocula the 50th and Cynthia. And you have a moment of like, how did I not, like, I've seen her in history books.
Right.
You know, at this point, it's entirely up to you how you feel about, like, the war and this woman that started it. But it pretty much boiled down to, as he was describing here, they were childhood friends, they were going to get married, and as children, they were very vocal about like, wow, wouldn't it be great to like not have like little kids? Like, what if there was no one to boss us around, right? And then as they got older,
It's like, oh,
they were gonna get married, and Cynthia was like, now that we're in charge, we can like disestablish this. And James was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, which then led everything to begin. And as I mentioned last time, and as he mentioned here in his diary, like this diary, context clues picks up a year or two into the war. Count Choclatin the 49th has already died. He died in battle against Cynthia. And so now her ex-fiancé, Choclatin the 50th, is going to take over.
When we need to send you a message, do we do it on Discord?
Yes. Well, actually, no. You two have iPhones, so you can just send it to me. You need to do it on Discord.
I can't believe that you named that couple Jimmy and Cindy.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
No.
That's kind of amazing.
But fucking Choclatin the 50th, Jimmy Neutron's hairstyle was it was in style back then. That like how we have like, you know, when you imagine like George
it
Washington,
does look like a fudge swirl.
when you have like George Washington and you imagine like the white curls, the fucking Jimmy Neutron spiral was like fucking all
It looks like a fucking fudge swirl, and then like Cynthia had the fucking like pastry bags that were like squirting out like so it's got like the
that was
pigtails.
in fucking style back then.
God.
You're fine.
And then his war general Carl.
Sure. Whatever.
I'm here to lead the charge.
My best friend Carl Amel Weezer. Yeah, that was the first diary entry. You read that, you decide to set it down because like it's, these pages are like so old that you almost worry if you handle too much of it at once, they'll fucking fall apart. Like,
good excuse.
good excuse that you not read it too quickly. Yeah, thanks. And so that takes you a little while to read. By the time you're done, sun is like you finish it right as you're running out of sunlight.
Right.
And I would like you're dead asleep. The two of you to make me perception checks with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Right. 12.
16.
Okay.
With disadvantage?
I rolled a 19 and a 15 on the die.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
You said 16?
16.
Okay.
Everything appears to be fine.
Everything appears to be fine.
Cool.
Until
Did I get my long rest?
We're in the middle of it, so technically no.
technically no.
And anything that you use right now, you won't get back.
It's okay.
So
I should mention, by the way, I still have not taken my sword off.
yeah, and I figured Kit wouldn't, to be honest.
But one time I fucking relax. Just goes to show me. Never taking this fucking thing off again.
Okay. So suddenly, out of the woods that neither one of you chose to fucking look at.
Well, I mean, I figured I would be
I
like
would be, like,
surveying
scanning.
Well, fair enough, but that's why I gave you disadvantage, that you were both like, let's just look down the wide open path.
Well, I wanted to look into the plains, you know?
Right, no, that's fair. But out of the woods. I'm just gonna grab some M&Ms because we all know where this is going.
Nice.
If y'all want to roll me some initiative.
Is this a surprise round?
Yes.
Okay.
Jump out. And like they jump. Drop an M&M. What other color did I use? Brown. And 5 Cocoa Balls.
If you need additional colors.
Not a bad idea, but I'm good for that. Cocoa Balls.
I love that.
Fucking love that.
Not only...
I need you to draw some of the creatures he mentions, by the way.
I'm gonna fucking draw a Cocoa Bold. That's my next
I'm
character.
gonna give you guys, both you guys and the fucking people listening, a well heads up. I'm not thinking of puns for everything, alright?
No,
This was just a really good idea.
This was good.
One of them is Crackle.
So, Holly, could you center that blue M&M for me? And...
In case you need more colors.
Thank you. I need to remember how surprise round works.
They basically just get a free round, and then initiative starts.
Okay. So these three are gonna move up to the cart and immediately start trying to get in it. And as soon as they grab whatsoever, you just hear oh fuck! Really doesn't want to be here.
And that's probably what makes Kit just shit.
Whereas these two are gonna start trying to get into the tent.
Nice.
I'm just gonna quickly roll. Okay. They're not making much progress on getting into the cart. They are starting to rip open the tent, which is good for you because you get to just wake up now.
Cool.
And roll for initiative. I realize they didn't do much on their surprise round, but they're not necessarily here to fight. They are here to do other things. I also need to roll for initiative on these guys.
Are they here to lay eggs in us?
Oh god.
Oh yeah, totally. What do you think this white M&M is? Are you gonna roll for initiative?
I already did it.
Oh,
Yeah, I did too. You told us to roll initiative 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
was that? No, that wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I didn't even hear a single dice roll, so
No,
I was
no roll.
confused. Okay, what did you get?
19.
14.
Wait, yeah, 19.
8.
Okay, Holly, roll again.
That is a soft 20.
Okay.
I have to figure out what I'm doing real quick.
It's so weird because I know you're doing it the way that I do it.
But now
since
you
I'm,
have to read it
but
this
since
way.
I'm so used to
Yeah.
reading it the other way around, I'm like, what the fuck? How's Igneas going before me?
I'm also going to briefly mention it.
When you re-roll, when you do the roll-off, by the way, you still take the result of the previous initiative. So since she rolled a 14, she would still technically go after me since I rolled a 19.
Right. Anyway, you can't see it. You definitely can. And I'm going to go ahead and say you can see it, because as far as I'm... this is the front of the cart, so it's a little, there's gaps. That green M&M is a dark chocolate cobalt. Cocoa Bowl. I knew something was wrong there. So you just know off the top of your head they are, slightly stronger than the others.
Okay.
Most likely, that one would be the one in charge.
So the darker ones are stronger, huh?
Don't do this.
Fucking racist.
Don't do this.
Fucking colorist.
So, Kit, that's your turn.
Kit's gonna stand up. I don't know if you're gonna make that take movement. And say, "Rock, protect Trolli," and then he's going to move 10, 15, 20, 25, right in between the two. Yeah, right there. And he's going to slash at the yellow one.
Okay.
At your command, by the way, there was a response. Just an understood.
I would assume a 25 hits.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Excuse me. Uh, 14 damage.
Okay, the yellow one just dies.
Nice. I will take that.
Okay. Trolli, it's your turn. I am going to say it takes 10 feet of movement to get out of this tent because it's you have to unzip it, but it's also being shaken around. So it's like when you're trying to unzip a bag that isn't straight.
Just C-section it. Go through the hole.
You could if you want to ruin your tent.
I'm pretty sure they're already ruining the tent.
Yeah.
The tent is like not taking like much damage. The zipper has just been forced open a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like to exit the tent. I assume the exit was over here.
Yep.
I don't know where that puts me.
Let's just say right there. That's fine. Where you are.
Where I am. I'm going to face up to here with the brown M&M. Bonus action Shillelagh.
Do that so that the brown one is actually the dark chocolate one.
Green one then. Bonus action Shillelagh, and then hit them with my scimitar, please.
Okay.
It is a math 24 to hit.
That
You
hit.
can do
Jesus
shillelagh.
Christ.
You can do shillelagh with scimitar?
Yeah.
You-
I don't know.
You hit him.
Unless it's the same damage no matter what. If you want me to make it a quarterstaff, it's 9 damage total.
9 damage total.
Yep.
Okay. Let me quickly. Okay.
Okay, it's quarterstaff, but it's the same damage dice, so
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't matter.
Right.
I was going to say, because I thought shillelagh had to be with a wooden thing.
Okay. So it's the enemy's turn. So this guy is going to come over here.
Oh, and then I'm sorry. As a free action, can I scream to Mary and tell her to stay in the cart?
Man!
Sure. So you scream it out, and she's like, "Yeah, no shit." She's clearly like went under stress. Any and all like I work for the castle.
Any
is
southern
gone.
gentlewoman
Yeah, yeah, no shit, but thanks, I'll try. Like,
Thank you, Sugar Plum.
I've got you, don't worry.
and then the big boy is gonna come over here. And let me roll.
I'm just gonna fucking shoot him an intimidating fuck off glance.
So the green one is going to go for Trolli. That is for sure. You haven't transformed, right?
No,
Okay.
my AC is a.
I know what your AC is when you're not transformed. That's
Yeah.
why I had to be safe.
No, I have not transformed yet.
I really should just get other Trolli cards for when you do transform.
Maybe.
I'll just tell you what my AC is every time you go to hit me.
No, you don't got to do that. There you go.
I assume you're going to one-shot me. That's okay.
Yeah, for sure. And they do 4 damage.
I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ. The red one is going to go for Igneas. That does not hit. They just have these shitty little daggers and they and it just kind of maybe a small chip of rock comes
Just
off.
a chink.
Yeah, but nothing really happens. And then the blue one is going for Kit. That doesn't hit. And then the brown one, the big boy, the dark chocolate kobold. He actually, all these other ones, it's pretty common knowledge that kobolds don't have much. They're not super threatening.
Right.
Obviously, meta-wise, we all know these are kobolds, but even in your universe, they're but that dark chocolate one, and you would actually, I'm not going to make you roll because you're, again, man of fighting. He takes out this, licorice whip, and you can immediately understand, I don't know what that is off the top of my head, but that looks dangerous. And then he rolls a nat 1. But what I'm actually going to have happen with that, which just works really well for me, he clearly doesn't know how to use it.
Right.
So he goes to he tries to swing it like a sword at you, and it just fucking goes right past you and hits one of the wheels in the cart, and that wheel buckles a little bit, but you don't take any damage. But there's another fuck! Really loud. This cart is nothing. Every now and then, because it's a fabric top.
Right.
Every now and then you can see a hand to push against it from the inside.
Mary, calm down. You'll draw more.
And that's their turns.
Okay.
So Kit is your turn again.
All right. I'm gonna attack this motherfucker with the fucking whip that he
Wait,
thinks he
what
can
happened
use.
to my
Oh, I'm completely sorry, Igneas. You're just big in a rock. I forget you're alive. Igneas, it's your turn.
It's all right. It shouldn't be.
Igneas, it's your turn. My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
I was like, wait,
You
really?
just stand here. They haven't noticed you yet.
That's my bad.
You're here to look pretty.
Oh my god. Okay. So I'm going to reckless attack.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Which one are you going for?
I am going for the red one.
Okay.
I can do math, I swear. 19, does that hit?
Yes.
Okay.
I was about to say, if you say no with a fucking kobold, I'm quitting this campaign.
Yeah. Okay. 6 plus 4, that's 10. Damage.
He's dead.
Oh, I didn't even do that math right. It was supposed to be 12.
Still dead. The number's higher than 10, and you killed him with 10. Therefore, he's dead. Okay. For real this time, it is Kit's turn.
Nice. That is a 19 to hit with 16 damage.
Which one?
The dark chocolate one, the one that pulled out the whip.
He's dead,
Nice.
and the whip drops to your feet.
Sick.
Trolli.
Hit the green M&M with my quarterstaff for at 16.
He's dead.
Okay. It's fine. I didn't want to save my damage anyway. Just max my damage out. That's fine.
He was at 1.
Fine.
He was at 1. How much damage did you do there, Trolli?
Fucking did 12,
Here's the
okay?
problem. This guy was actually God. He actually had 99 reserve health. That's a homebrew mechanic
Anyway.
I'm doing. It only kicks in when he
5,
dies.
10, 15. Gonna run over here and help Kit. Even
Great.
though I know Kit's gonna kill to the next turn anyway.
The final Cocobald is like, you know, he's like trying to reason with you because you just killed this fucking boss right in front of him, and he's like, in my defense,
Leave.
I knew this wouldn't work.
Don't make me repeat myself.
And he like, and he turns to you, Trolli, because you just walked up behind him, and he's like, "All right, am I good to go? Or are you gonna like?"
It'd be best if you listen to him, honey.
Thanks, and he just runs away back into the plains.
There you go, Raven.
No, Zack can eat it. He convinced it to leave.
Can
I'm even
I,
gonna make you roll for it. Like that guy was a dinky little piece of shit.
can I run up to the back of the car? Mary, are you okay?
There's a moment of silence, and then like you see like a couple fingers grab the curtain and like,
Oh, honey.
did you keep your cool out there?
Did you keep your cool?
Oh yeah, I'm cool as cotton candy.
Are ya? I heard a few outbursts earlier.
What are you talking about? She's clearly the bravest one here.
That must have been the horses.
You're right.
Them
that must have been
horses
the
are
horses.
very skittish, ma'am.
I know.
Very skittish.
I know they are.
At this point, Kit's gonna like try to like lift the cart so he can put the wheel back in place.
Part of it's just cracked.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know mending. I can't learn it. Can I like glue it together? With gummy
I have
bears?
Tinker's tools. I can fix it.
Okay.
What do I even roll for Tinkers? I think it's strength. So that would be.
Mary, do you have like a spare wheel?
No.
Okay, we'll figure it out. honey.
14?
That's one short.
I'll try again. It's not like there's anything stopping me here. Or is this a narrative broken wheel?
Try again, I will allow
Is
it.
this narrative broken wheel time?
I'll improv something if need be. I will allow you one more try.
Oh no, I didn't fix the wheel.
Try again.
Okay, well, that's like a 23.
This wheel's fixed.
Oh, Zack.
It's fine.
I tried.
It's fine.
I tried to stop.
It's fine.
Man, I'm scared for you.
I'm gonna pick the whip up too.
Yeah,
Just kinda, like,
yeah.
look
I'm
at
gonna
it.
pick the wheel back up. It's gone off.
I got it. So, the wheel's fixed, and Mary is very clearly like, "Thank you, Kit. Thank you." I fixed it in my head already. Thank you. Well, I'm sure that was exciting for y'all. I am gonna go fail to go back to sleep. And she just recedes back into the cart.
Are you sure you don't want company, sweetheart? That was pretty traumatic.
If you wouldn't mind.
Would you like to sleep with me in the tent, or you want me to come in there?
I don't know. Like, she said, I don't know.
Do you feel safer inside the car?
A little bit.
All right.
I mean, they didn't even get close to getting in here.
Then, are either of you going to use the tent?
No.
Then
I can't.
Then I will disassemble the tent and then hop into the cart with Mary.
Okay.
Kit is going to like sit on like the back like seat of the cart and just look out into the plains and like kind of start
Right.
sentrying.
Okay.
That's Mary.
Are you doing
Mary?
anything in particular?
I'm probably going to just resume like what I was doing before, keeping watch, but now I'm paying much
That's
more
Mary.
attention to the trees.
Not only is it white and round, it's got an M for Mary on it.
Excuse me. So, you may all take your long rest.
Not that I was.
I'm pretty sure it was only Igneas that was fucking like, "Dear God, help me."
Because we didn't get a rest after the last
I
time
lost
where
4
I went
health.
down.
You were given a potion.
Yeah,
You didn't use it, even though we told you to.
I know, but I don't get it back if I use it.
Okay, so very quick meta discussion. There is not a healer in the party. I will give you guys plenty of opportunities to get potions and
I
shit.
have some
Like,
healing spells, but only some.
right, like no, I understand if it was like, for example, in Tyranny, like Goliath is the closest you all have to a healer.
Yeah.
I'll give you more opportunities to buy potions, like, because I understand you need to heal somehow. So you guys rest through the night. There's no other events through the night. But as the sun starts to come up, you, Kit, who was facing the plains, give me a perception check.
15.
Okay. As the sun is like just starting to come up, and so there's some light coming in, you can see a little better because you can only see so far, even though it's a relatively open, shitty field. As the sunrise starts to happen, you can see like a figure walking towards you guys, but like no, the 15 minutes. So like he's not running. He's not even like looking like any kind of threat. He's clearly, you can kind of make out like he's doing that thing of like walking like with his hands in his pockets, just kind of like strutting down the path. No big deal. Doesn't have anywhere to go in particular. You know what I mean?
Does like a candy like tumbleweed go by him?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay.
Like he's just kind of having
a
a
lone stranger kind of thing.
kind of
right?
thing. But he doesn't seem to see you guys, because when you get over the literal border into the plains, the trees get shittier and shittier and lose leaves until they stop. So like you guys are still kind of in the trees. He can't really see you yet.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like ready my sword.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the night, would I have been able to like look at this whip at all?
You can look at this whip, and as a matter of fact, if you can whittle down the hilt of this whip, you can put it on your arm.
Cool.
You actually do get 2 hours because your long rest only takes 6.
Yeah. So I'll actually do that. I'll use my Tinker's tools to kind of fashion this into something that can click into my little coupling.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the sword out for now, though, until I can experiment with the whip a little more.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But do you have the whip like out though?
I will have it like in my pack, I guess.
Okay.
Or well, no, because about this time I'd probably still be whittling it.
Okay. So you're just gonna keep whittling it? Okay. So you don't do anything about the man you see. You're just kind of like...
I'm gonna like watch him. Like
Okay.
I'll stop whittling and just kind of like stare him down.
Okay. So as the sun continues to come up, eventually, like, he stops for a second, and, like, you can kind of infer, like, he has now seen us. So he stops for a second, and then he just keeps coming towards the cart. Not really any more or less, like, energetically than before. And as he starts to get, let's say, 30 feet away from the cart.
If he starts to make any kind of aggressive movement, I'm going to like ready to attack.
Right. He's like... You guys understand that this part of the map is
Yeah.
As he gets there, he does not look aggressive in any way. But this guy... So you can see him a little better now. He's wearing... like a cowboy hat, and you know, like, I can't think of a character that specifically has the kind of jacket I'm trying to describe, but like an anime jacket that only goes, it's long sleeve, but it only goes to like here.
A bomber jacket?
Yeah,
Sure,
I know
yeah.
exactly what you're
He's
talking
got one of those with a scarf on, but like no undershirt. So scarf, bomber jacket, bare chest, and then he has kind of loose pants with boots at the end, and like just suspenders hanging off the pants.
Okay.
And you can see he has a dagger, but he's making no moves to go for said dagger.
Right.
So by the time he gets there, I mean, technically you're not even asleep, but you wake up. Everybody's awake now. The sun, it's like 8, 9 a.m.
Has he changed his pace at all?
He is not. Also, very, very quickly, what did you roll for your perception check?
15.
So it's about at this point, again, you're able to make out everything he looks like. Not only is he a Choclatin, you don't have to roll for this because you are a Choclatin. He is a ruby Choclatin, which is a little uncommon.
Okay.
But assuming you don't stop him, he just keeps walking down the path towards you guys. Pretty much tell me when you're at a point where you're like, what the fuck do you want? Like, at this point, he is clearly coming to you. He's not like...
Oh, okay, he's not going around the cart.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
At this point, I would be like turning and coming to see what's going
Right.
on.
Rock, make sure Trolli is awake.
I'm here.
Good.
I heard some commotion.
Howdy.
I just poke my head up of the cart.
Listen, this might be a bit of an awkward question. But he's saying all that, like, he's exuding, like... Also, you'll notice he does not... As soon as he gets to the border, he stops. This might seem like a bit of an odd question. Y'all ain't seen somewhere between 5 and 8 cocobolds around here, have you?
He's just gonna look around the cart at the several Cocobold corpses.
We done took care of it for you, honey.
Right.
They attacked us in the night.
He like, looks between them, notices the dark chocolate one. There you are, you son of a bitch. Next question for the 3 of y'all. They didn't happen to have no fancy whip on them, did they?
As I'm holding it in my hand.
I'm gonna pray to act now above that's a whip you already owned for last night.
I owned it since last night.
Son of a bitch. Okay. And with that,
Did they steal it from you?
well, you know, he like kind of leans back on his own way. He's like, well, I mean, I can't prove nor deny that might have been cheating in that game of cards we played, which you could then argue was stealing.
Well, I count that as stealing.
Thank you.
So they stole it from you after you stole it from someone else.
No, hold on now. I don't know, like,
Stealing's a strong
I don't
word.
care if you stole it.
no, that is my whip, thank you very much. That son of a bitch Kyle over there got it from me in a game of cards.
And I got it from him in a game of life.
That was pretty clever. Got it.
Unfortunately, hopefully those losers didn't give y'all too. I told them to come here. I didn't think there'd be anyone. I thought they'd just starve, and I could come pick it up off the ground.
Well, one of them is currently back in the plains. You could probably take up anything with him. I sent him off because I know how the plains works. Strength is known here.
Strength is known here, and I would presume y'all have no idea who I am.
Not a clue.
What's your name, sir?
My name. He like adjusts his hat a little bit, and he goes to reach for an empty holster. My name is Funkin' Fudge, and this is normally the part where I would brandish my very nice whip.
As I look at the back of it, and it's like half like whittled off, like
You can, where you've whittled, you can see that his name was there, but it's like kind of scratched out now.
Well, kid, I think that
Act now,
belongs.
above. Tell me you did not scratch out my name.
only half of it.
Bitch!
Kid, I
It's
think you
fine.
need to give that back
It's
to
fine.
him.
Well, hold on now, ma'am. Code of the Plains says that whip is yours now. God damn it. Like he's like kind of strutting back and forth like on the other side of this border trying to figure out how to solve this. And he's mumbling to himself and he's like, okay. Next question for the three of you. What was your name, buddy?
Igneas.
Igneas. Y'all don't happen to see no big old paladin feller here, did you?
What's he look like?
Big.
I mean, bigger or like big?
We haven't
or
seen anyone that would resemble a paladin either way.
The only people we've seen are your little friends.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, ma'am. Those were not my friends.
Would you like their bodies?
I don't give a fuck.
I didn't know if they had some kind of bounty or anything.
No, I just wanted my whip back. They beat me in a game of cards, won my whip. The plan...
If it was so important to you, why did you bet it?
Because I didn't think I'd lose the game of cards, buddy. Jesus, that doesn't exist. Act now. I didn't think I'd lose the game of cards. All right, I am fantastic at a good game of poker. So I'm a little.
For it.
Thank
If it
you,
was
ma'am.
that important, why didn't you cheat?
Funkin' Fudge is a lot of things. A cheater is not one of them.
Then you can never be sure that you're going to win. Do not bet your prized possession.
You're lucky you're not here on the plains, boy. Moving
I
on.
can be if you want me to.
Well, y'all
And he'll
stop
like
messing
step
around
down
like
off the
this.
cart and like shking onto the ground with his sword.
Listen. I ain't in no mood today to do what would happen if you step over that line and try to instigate something with me. If you just want to settle down, old timer. Anyway, you polite two folk, the original plan was to send those kobolds out here, and either they'd starve or they'd run into my friend who should be on his way back from the Gummy Coastlands by now. I haven't seen him in about a week.
Wouldn't he be on the other border?
He likes to come through here and have some fun with some of the local border folks. These border folks, listen, I'm not going to pretend that, the Donut Plains are filled with good folk, but we have, the code of the plains, and the people that live here on this border tend to operate on go over the border, cause a bit of a ruckus, then go back to the plains where they can't be punished for said ruckus. I believe that's what the Kokobolds were originally going to do with y'all three. How am I going to settle this here situation? And as he's sitting there kind of rubbing out his chin, Mary wakes up. And she peeks her head out of the cart. She's like, "Good morning."
It's fine.
Mary, good morning.
Because she's like peeks out right next to me. It's fine. We have this handled.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Morning, ma'am.
Mary, he's real nice. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. You woman. I didn't get your name.
My name is Trolli.
Trolli, Igneas,
Kid.
Old Dog.
Whatever.
I need my whip. The code of the plains says it's yours.
Well.
And then, like, he's sitting there just kind of mumbling. Well, I mean, if you interrupt him. No?
I'm fine.
What did you want to say there, ma'am? You got an idea on how I can get that there whip back?
Technically speaking, we're not on the plains.
Hey, listen, you know, when you're like me, you're always on the plains at heart, you know what I mean?
I wish
He
I
does
could
not
say that.
elaborate on what that means.
No, I do not know what you mean.
It's kind of like how at heart you're always on the Gummy coastlines.
No, that does not clear it up for me.
As you guys are debating,
How about this? I'll make you a deal. Do you know what is it called? The ruby stones, I think, that we're getting from here? Do you know what a ruby stone is?
oh, I know. Yes, I know what a ruby's doing.
Do you know what you get from grinding it?
Yeah, I know what you get from grinding that.
Tell me.
You get some nice raw ruby sugar. You clearly haven't ever been in the plains anytime recently.
Could you help us find?
If you can give us, or at least help us get to some of this, we don't need a lot, just some, I will give you your whip back when we get it. And I'll stop whittling it.
Takes out an empty baggie. Unfortunately for you, I had the rest of mine on the way here, but at some point or another, I can help you get some.
Well, that'd be most appreciated.
And as you guys are talking about this, Mary is like, well, I don't mean to be a bother, but I do need to go home.
Oh, of course, Sugar Plum.
I don't quite have the confidence to go alone. If one of you would maybe... I don't mean to take you away from your duties, but I don't want to go by myself.
Well, then why not just stay with us, Sugar Plum?
No, I'm good,
We
thanks.
can protect you.
No, I'm okay. And you can see on Fudge's, like, you can practically see the fucking light bulb. And he's like, I'll accompany you for that whip. Or counter offer. No offense to you, buddy. You do not threaten me in any real way. I don't think you comprehend just how intense these planes can get. And you don't strike me as someone who's even ready to wield that whip, let alone handle what's in here. But, give you a little taste of the action. If you can make your way, the three of y'all can make your way. He pauses, nods a little bit. Okay, yeah. Y'all make your way to the Gummy Coastlands. Find my friend, his name is Bohemian. He should be in the town of Ilkdud. Find him for me. Send him back home. He'll know where that is. I will accompany your friend here back wherever she's going. You don't even have to roll. Ilkdud is your hometown.
Mary,
Yeah.
would you prefer me or our new friend here to accompany you?
He kind of like flashes her like a quick thumbs up. She's like, well, this guy seems reasonable enough. I mean, he hasn't tried to harm us in any way, and it, you know, Sir Kit, I mean, it sounds like he wants his whip back, but if you don't give it to him, it sounds like the only thing that makes him all too much of a threat is with you. And Fudge chimes in like, not in any kind of negative connotation. I am still very much a threat without that whip. I just really like that whip. However, I'm enough of a threat that I will keep you protected based on where you're going. Judging by the looks of the cart here, you're going back to Nonparelis because this is a fine-looking cart that would only come from the capital. I've been there before. I can take you there if your friends here want to strike up a bit of a deal.
So you just want us to go get your friend and send him back?
Or give me that there whip, whichever you prefer.
The whip seems to be more valuable to you.
Well, my friend's mighty valuable. And on the one hand, slightly worried about him, but on the other hand,
Well, the Gummy Coastlands is not a horrible place.
Right, what's the worst that could happen
Aside
in
from all the
Ilkdud?
disappearances.
The what?
The disappearances. Haven't you heard about it?
Are you not aware of what is happening in the world?
I'm aware of what's happened in the world, thank you very much. Like, are we talking disappearances in the Gummy Coastlands as a whole, or specifically Ilkdud?
In the Gummy Coastlands, from my own personal experience.
Okay, where are you from?
From Ilkdud.
So there are disappearances in Ilkdud.
I've been all over the Gummy Coastlands, sir.
But
But-
are there, or is there not, danger in Ilkdud?
There is.
Okay. Counter offer.
How about we go...
You go find my friend,
Oh my goodness.
who
Did you
I'm...
just interrupt me? I was talking.
There's like a flash across his eye, and he's like, so was I, but a little more importantly than you were.
I'm sorry that the middle...
You go find my friend,
Yours.
who I am now slightly more worried about, because he's apparently in some middle of nowhere town that has disappearances going on. I will escort your friend here back to Nonpareilles, and I will throw you in one more offer. Next time you're in the plains, I will help you out with whatever it is you are looking to do. He clearly doesn't want to help you, but like, whatever.
That sounds reasonable to me.
When we return with your friend,
Uh-huh. Well, you don't gotta do whatever you want to do down there. Just send him my way.
how would we make another deal with you if we don't return with them?
I can give you my phone number. I don't know what you want from me.
That will be fine.
Any of y'all got a phone?
Not on me.
Trolli, roll me a history check.
I mean, I have the Oreo, but that doesn't store numbers, does it?
You can. Well, okay. If you just naturally remember the Oreo, you don't need to roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can offer it.
No.
No.
No, that's a direct line to the queen. I'm not offering that to
Yeah.
him.
Okay, so none of y'all got a phone.
Give us your number. We will find.
Tell you
the
what,
phone.
he's like, this bomber jacket and these pants have way more pockets than they really should. You're beginning to pick up on, because every time he pats them down, he'll pat like 10 different places on the jacket alone, and he takes out what is essentially an apple toaster strudel. You can borrow one of my burner phones, my apple pie phone here. You can borrow it. I will put my number in it for you, and then when you need me, you call that number.
Sure.
Sure.
I'll just...
There you go. Okay. Well, and like he finally like takes a step over the border. Deals made on the plains, at least by one of us, have to be upheld. So I will now take your marshmallow friend here back home. Once again, when you meet my friend Bohemian, just tell him to head on home, and he'll know where to go.
If you harm her in any way, the whip and your friend will be the least of your worries.
I'm not gonna harm you in any real way. I might harm you with my... He, like, looks towards Mary with my devilish charm. But that's the worst I'm gonna do. You cranky old...
What was the name of our friend? Of our newfound friend?
Funkin' Fudge.
Okay.
I am not cranky. I am realistic. Something that you on the plains should realize.
Yeah, I'm not realistic.
I mean that you should know being realistic is smart.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Go.
Can
Come
I...
in my butt and call me a strudel. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
What?
He said, and I quote, "Come in my butt and call me a strudel. I'm getting the fuck out of here."
Oh,
And
that's
he,
terrible. I had toaster strudels this morning.
I like to go up to Mary and like squish her little face. All right now, sugar. I hope you'll be okay. All right, you take care of yourself. Don't let that man scare you. Okay.
You don't scare me.
All right. Just give her a kiss on the forehead.
She ducks back into the car. Funkin' Fudge kind of like looks longingly at the whip, and then like tips his hat, and they go on their way back the other way. And Igneas, roll me a history check. Excuse me, Jesus.
10.
Okay. Because you were looking back at the castle, you looked at that old map, and you can't quite make it out. Excuse me. You can't quite make it out because that old map did not have the colony borders. But if you like in your head, kind of like, okay, I've like you're fucking trying to Jimmy Neutron brain blast. Like I've seen that map. I roughly know where the colonies are. And you would know that, like, if we make a fucking, like, right here and go hard off the path, that would be the fastest way to the coast, opposed to taking the path until there's, like, a fork and then going down. But that also means going off the path. But it entirely depends on, you would understand that way is technically faster to get where you are now trying to go, unless the three of you decide you don't feel like keeping up your end of the bargain.
Okay. In that case, I would, before we like decide to start moving, speak up and relay that information. Like, technically, we could probably get there faster, like going off the path.
All right.
So the two of you will just agree.
Sure, why not?
So if you follow what Igneas is suggesting, you are like essentially like, you know, when you're driving down the street and there's like the side of the road that doesn't have a sidewalk and it's just unkept grass, you're just walking through that. You are going off the path, but you know, you don't know how much faster because you only roll a 10, but you'll get there faster. So you guys start walking down this path. Because you're... Yes.
Would I not know roughly how long it would take since I came from the coastlines? Since I know where Ilkdud is.
I feel like we basically all took taxis. I doubt we walked across an entire continent to get to Nonparelis.
You would know that because you pretty much are barely even in the plains, you're more... from where you currently are. And Ilkdud is like pretty close to the edge of the Gummy coastlands because the northern half of the coastlands are very foresty and the southern half are very like beachy. A day's walk. It's not too bad, but only because you aren't going into the plains really. You're like on the cusp of it the entire time. And that like 3-inch trench in the ground once you're off the path is gone. It doesn't go the entire length of the fucking border. It was just there on the path.
Basically, hey, cross this line and die kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you know.
Fuck around and find out.
What marching order are you guys doing?
I'm gonna lead.
Oh, I was going to say, wouldn't I know the area a little better than anybody else?
Bit.
I'd prefer it if you let me lead since I know where we're going.
Alright, fine.
Do you want us to just line up that way?
Rock, stay in the back.
I was going to anyway, so...
Okay.
And Kit's just gonna, like, sword on his shoulder, kind of...
Where are you keeping the whip?
Do we have, like, bags or anything?
You have a bag, however, it's not a bag of holding, and this whip is pretty long. So, like, you
Can I, like, wind it up and just kind of tuck it in?
You can... It'll, like... You know when you have something that's a little bit big for a backpack so it pops out just a little bit?
Yeah.
You can do that with it.
Okay. So, like, the handle's just kind of, like, sticking out of the bag. Okay,
I was
that's
going
fine.
to say, I have a slightly bigger bag that from the Queen. I don't know how much bigger.
Probably not much bigger than what he has.
Okay.
And the only reason, like, I would say the handle and a little bit of licorice is sticking out only because, like, this is a fucking, like...
Long-ass whip.
Long fucking manly whip.
Do I know approximately, like... how, like, what the range of it would be if I used it?
Like 10 feet.
Okay.
But it's also kind of thick, so it's a little hard. Like, when you have, like, an old controller with a thick cable so you can't super tight, that's why it kind of pops out a little bit. This thing is, like...
Because I've pretty much already finished whittling it, I'm just gonna continue whittling it later on.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say it's not quite whittled enough for use yet. But once it is whittled enough for use, you can use it. You just can't use it quite yet.
Right.
So you're essentially just walking through grass for a little while. Because you are not on the path, you're getting fucking bored. Like, because even anyone who would want to mug you isn't really out here. Because their logic is, why the fuck would some dumb-ass group of 3 people be walking through the middle of nowhere?
See, they're gonna be looking for army guys.
And speaking of dumb-ass people walking in the middle of nowhere, everybody give me a perception check.
Okay.
We're gonna come across Funk and Fudge, and he's gonna be like, "Now hang on, I thought y'all were gonna be on the path."
Yeah. What the fuck are y'all doing?
You said perception?
Yeah.
19.
A 9.
12.
You are the only one who rolled high enough. Walking in the opposite direction of you guys is a like dark red, almost maroon Gummy-Folk with a fucking huge backpack on his back. Like, he's kind of walking around like he's not even fully upright. He's kind of like hunched over, but he's still making good pace. He's not struggling. He's clearly adept at holding this backpack.
So it's like Beetle walking around in fucking Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Does he look like he's a merchant?
100%.
Okay. I just kind of...
And like, he, you can tell he's a merchant just because there's shit sticking out of his
Right,
bag.
and I'm just gonna kind of like put a hand on Trolli's shoulder and just...
What? Oh, hello.
You're not quite close enough to say hello.
Oh, can I
but
scream it at him?
Sure. You want?
Hello there.
He stopped, and kind of like sauntered.
How are you today?
Geach is doing well, thank you.
God damn it! I knew it. Fucking knew it.
He's got, like a little bit of like a musketeer hat. He's got like a little gummy goatee.
No, I'm dropping out.
He's got ranger gear on. Geach is doing well. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing perfectly fine.
Good.
It looks like you're selling things.
You wish to buy?
Well, can I look at it?
Oh, yes. He takes off the bag, and, like, as it's loose on his shoulders, he kind of, like, pulls 2 drawstrings and leans back, and 4 legs come out of the bag, so it just, like, builds a table for itself as he sets it on the ground. He's like, okay, let me see what Geach has today. Okay, he starts to look around. He's like, oh, wait, Geach almost forgot. He reaches for something that, like, would have been pressed against his back, and he flips it, and in, like, red Sharpie, it says no refunds. No refunds, no returns. Like, sales final.
Nice, okay.
Okay. Geach has a few things to offer you all today. So the first thing he pulls out is a bow. It's made of wood, and the string is golden. This, Geach quite like this. This is the cheat's bow. It will cost you it will cost you 10 gold. You buy?
What does it do?
That is good question. You buy.
Well, do you mind if we
He's just gonna kind of like hold up his sword. Does it look like I can use a bow?
No. You buy?
Well, can I take a closer look at it?
Geach will allow.
Thank
And he
you.
hands you the bow. The cheat's bow. I'm giving you guys a heads up. This is Geach.
Clearly.
Gee.
Well, what I mean is, this is Geach. So the cheat's bow, as long as you, Trolli would have no real way of knowing this meta knowledge, but she understands. As long as you have line of sight within 30 feet, this bow literally can't miss. You don't have to roll to hit. You get to do 1d4 minus 1 damage with it.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, Sugar Plum?
Oh, yes. Gitch takes out a different bow.
I'm not looking for
This
bows.
one is-
No, you buy.
No.
This
You
one
look,
is
you buy.
golden with a wooden string.
The first one is like sturdy fucking like wood. This thing looks like it means fucking business. You look, you buy. You buy? You look, you buy.
Honey, let me just level with you. I don't use bows. Okay?
Gitch thinks he's good
It's
bow.
a very nice bow.
You have swords.
Do you have other weaponry? Do you have potions?
No.
What do you have?
Okay.
Bows.
You look at the bow?
I see the bow.
You buy.
No.
Is fool's bow. Is good.
What else do you have? Huh?
Okay. So he just puts the fool's bow away.
Well, wait, can I look at it?
You buy. He hands it to you. The fool's bow. If you hit with it, it will just do a flat, even 30 damage. You can only ever use it 5 times before it breaks, and you can only hit with an ad 20.
Damn.
Wait, so you can only use it 5 times?
Yep.
Which means if you miss, you just use it. Yeah, fool's bow for real. Like,
It's 30 gold.
Oh, thank
You.
you.
Oh, okay. Okay, what else does Gitch have today?
What do you have?
Okay, just gonna get this
no
one
more
out.
bows.
No more bows. I'm gonna get this one out of the way.
Oh dear.
He takes out a signed picture of himself. You have this 50 gold. Next time you meet Gitch, 50% off. Whatever you want. You keep it forever. You just can't use it today. You buy it. He kind of like tucks that one back into his top. Okay. What else does Gitch have? Gitch does not think you look particularly strong, so Gitch is not picking out the best things. Fuck. Okay. Heart-shaped locket. 30 gold.
What does it do, sweetheart?
Gitch does not know.
Can I inspect
You
it?
look through it, you see Victor.
If you would like to look at it, sure, but you buy.
I will look at it first.
Okay, you get chance. This locket, it's made out of gold.
Okay. Is that literally
It's
it?
made out of gold.
Like
Can't, like-
gold?
Like gold.
Not candy gold?
Nope. There's something about this locket that, like, you like having it.
Can I not like inspect it more?
What do you want to do?
Does it have any, like, clasps on it or anything?
Yeah, there's a class keeping it closed.
1 second.
How much did he ask?
The locket is 30 gold. Which is, I don't know how many of you know this. That's about how, like, with the amount of gold it's made out of, that's about how much it's worth.
Okay.
I get to use detect magic once a day.
Okay.
For free. So I'd like to use detect magic, please.
It's not any kind of magic you have ever, like, seen before, but there is something magical about this locket.
It tells her what, like, class of magic it is. It doesn't tell her what it does, it just tells her what...
Healing magic?
Okay. So, evocation. Or necromancy, whichever one.
I'll think about this one. Can I look at some other stuff?
Detect magic also has a 30-foot range, so he's probably just lit up like a fucking
Yeah, his
Christmas
bag
tree.
is fucking almost on fire. Gitch do not like that one. Please do not set Gitch's belongings on fire.
I'd like to hold on to the locket.
It only
but-
lights up for her.
I'm holding on to the locket, but I'd like to look at it.
Okay, Gitch only has one other thing he
If
would
it
like.
just lit up for everyone, it would just be the ah!
Gitch only has one other thing he leans into you. Between you and I, Gitch just wants to get rid of it. And he takes out this, like... It looks like... Okay. It's a very, very pretty navy blue with silver paint box. And then imagine you bought that brand new, and then a college student kept it for like 4 years, so it's not in great condition. These bucks is 1 gold.
What is it?
there was a man who once stayed at my inn. In the morning, he's gone. This is all that was left.
Have you opened it?
Once before.
What was in it?
Kitch can only assume they were some kind of collectible card. I don't know.
May I look at it?
It's a gold, right?
1 gold.
Let me see.
No refunds.
Let me see it.
Only if you buy it. It's only 1 gold. You've looked enough.
Let me see it.
Is it exuding magic? Because she would know.
Yes.
Let me see it.
He hands it to you.
Thank you.
And she's gonna, like,
As you open it, there is just kind of some cards strewn about inside it, and the initials MP are engraved on the inside.
Can I look at the
Not what I
cards?
expected.
What did you think it was going to be?
TM.
Typically.
Can I look at the cards?
Gitch, he sees you go to reach for the cards and he snaps it shut. A, cards are only for who buy. B, once you draw a card, you cannot put card back.
What do they do?
Things. You buy? 1 gold. You buy. You buy. You buy.
You said you're desperate to get that off your hands.
Yes.
How desperate are you?
It's...
Clearly you want to sell it for 1 gold.
Gitch does not want it. Gitch also likes gold. Gitch cannot bring himself to ever throw anything away. Please buy. You buy? You buy, Rockman?
Hang on.
Here,
Soul.
give it to me. I'll give you a gold just so you can leave us alone.
Okay. Gitch gets gold!
I was going to buy it too.
As soon as you buy it, you can hear, like, in your head a quick, like, open it. It sounds like just some fucking college kid in your head. I'm giving you all a quick meta-knowledge. We're just having fun here.
Okay.
Open it.
Mr.
Just gonna kind of
Gitch?
like use my sword as like a table and just.
Oh, no, not in front of me. Jesus. Yes.
How about we look at it later, okay, kid? You just came from the Gummy Coastlands, it looks like.
Yes.
What part of the Gummy Coastlands did you just come from?
Gitch goes all over selling things.
Oh, did you happen to see a big, what did he look like? Some big
Paladin.
Gummy Paladin walking about?
You just got that he was a paladin.
Oh,
Sorry.
paladin named Bohemian.
No.
Do you deal in information?
Sometimes.
If I give you a
Gitch
gold,
has
will you
information.
tell us the
Believe me,
information?
Gitch has information. Yes.
If I give you a gold, will you tell us the information we want?
What information?
Truthfully.
I don't know what information you want. How would Gitch know that?
I mean, I'm not going to ask him about the coconuts.
You go ahead.
Do you know? Did she tell us what the coconuts were called?
Nope.
There is a rare type of coconut that grows on the Gummy
Mhm.
Coastlands
Yes.
that has a special kind of
Yes.
whipped cream in it when you
Mhm.
crack
Yes.
it open.
Mhm.
Do you happen to know where it is?
You said you would give Gitch gold for information.
Do you know where it is before I give you the gold?
That in itself is information.
Then you are useless to me.
Gitch does not like your tone, but Gitch accepts what you have to say.
If you know where it is, I
That
will
is
pay
information.
you.
That is information.
Then I guess I'm not paying you at all.
Give him 1 gold for the
No, Gitch has no idea.
1 gold. Do not look at me like that.
You are wasting resources.
You buy locket, ma'am? You buy locket.
Okay, so like there are like real world materials in this world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember last time I asked you, you were like, it's like candy versions.
Sometimes yes, sometimes
Okay,
no. Don't think
okay.
too hard about it. We're in Candyland.
Well, that's why I was like, hang on. If this is like real gold and you're making sure to say that, it might be something like
No.
weird and yeah. Okay.
You buy locket.
How much you say it was, Sugar Plum?
30 gold.
How about I give you 20 for it? You seem like a man who knows.
25 gold, and then you give Gitch a kiss. He kind of like shoots you like a puckered. Like, you're like that.
How about 20 gold and I give you a kiss?
Okay, deal.
She gives him a peck on the cheek.
Hold on. As she goes to pick him on the cheek, he's like, no, on the lips.
That wasn't part of the deal.
That is a kiss. That is a kiss.
So was the one on the cheek.
No. I want on the lips.
You didn't specify.
You did not specify.
The deal's already been made.
No.
So you don't want my gold then?
And he snatches the locket.
Oh.
20 gold and a kiss on the lips.
We're really about to do this for a locket?
He's like kind of shimmying at you a little bit. Like,
It could this the Gitch twist.
look.
If she doesn't want to do it, I can do it.
Look.
Do you even have lips?
No.
Kissing you looks like it would hurt. Look. I will exchange gold for locket if you promise to give me kiss on the lips just to show you we are good for deal. It's rapidly blinking at you. What do you say? You pick each and you kiss each?
She like puts her hand out for the gold.
Well, you're handing me the gold.
You took the gold from
Oh. No, he took the locket.
back.
Oh, okay. I thought you took
He
the
took the
gold.
lock. No, he took the locket. You give me 20 gold. I give you locket. Then you give me kiss on the lips.
That doesn't seem fair of a deal. I already given you the gold for the locket. At that point, that's a fair exchange.
I want the kiss on the lips.
Why?
Just say yes. Just
But
say
why?
yes.
Give me
Because
one reason why.
Gitch has been widowed for years.
He's lonely.
Why don't you give a young man over here a kiss?
No.
I like women. I quite enjoy the female form.
Alrighty. So then how about a kiss on the cheek?
No! He's blushing. No!
Well, I'm afraid that's all you're gonna get, Sugar Plum.
Why?
Because I'm not about to waste my first kiss on a merchant.
Your first kiss? Oh my goodness. Okay. How about I give you locket? No kiss on the lips. But you have to give that was a peck. I want like a kiss on the cheek. I don't want a peck.
Did you not just hear me? I don't know how to kiss. It'd be my first
Like
kiss.
a deep one. Get in there. Gish wants to feel it. Gish wants some semblance of emotion back.
Gitch, are you okay?
Gish
No.
is lonely.
Would you rather me just give you a hug? It sounds like you're kind of desperate.
He just hands the locket. You are hurting Gitch's feelings, and he makes his backpack back up. Gitch will be on his way now. You are being mean.
Alrighty. I hope you find love.
His lower lip quivers.
Non-paralysis would be a good place to start.
Okay.
They could use a merchant right now.
And he nods and leaves. And
Dude, he didn't even charge me for it. He just gave me the
he hurt his
locket.
feelings that
He
bad.
got sad.
He just wanted to leave.
He's gonna remember in a couple hours and be like, "Fuck."
That's how I'm gonna fucking get shit from him, and I'm just gonna make him sad.
Every time you meet him, you're just gonna bully him into giving you more shit.
So tell me more about this locket again so I can write it down.
Next time he shows up, he's gonna like flip around the no refund sign and then a second sign that says "Do not sell to Trolli."
Second sign that says like no bullying. So the locket's gold. It has a clasp keeping it shut. You can detect there's like necromancy
Put some cocoa
magic.
powder in your eyes.
So if I put the necklace on, do I feel any different?
Nope.
Okay. Then
You like having it on.
Is it something that she has to like attune to?
Nope.
Then I'm just wearing it now.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Meanwhile, as Gitch leaves, that box in your pocket or whatever is like warming up, and you hear another like, "Come on, man, come on."
And is everything all right over there, kid?
He's just gonna like, can you talk to me, or are you some weird magic from the
I
box?
think kid's losing it.
Open box.
think he's losing.
Answer me first.
Oh dear.
Sure, yeah.
I think
whatever.
we might have
Okay.
to put him out.
There's something that's talking from inside this box.
Oh, good. I thought you were going crazy.
I thought I was too for a second.
Open
It wants me to open the box.
Well, don't open it here.
Open it here. There's nothing bad. I swear to act now. There's nothing bad. Open the box. You guys can't hear this voice, by the way.
No, but I'm just trying to reply to him.
I would rather do it here than in a city.
That's a good point.
What's
There's
it
nothing
saying to
bad,
you?
but that's a good point.
What's it saying to you?
It just wants me to open it.
Okay.
Open it for everyone. Let everyone open it. Open the box. Open the box.
Back up a little.
She's just gonna
Take a
put her
few
arm
steps
over him.
back.
We're gonna step 20 feet back.
So you open the box, and there's just cards inside. Draw 2 cards.
I'll draw one card.
You have to draw 2.
Oh, okay.
If as soon as you draw the 1, super loud in your brain. Draw another card. Draw another card. Okay, so you draw 2 cards. Roll me a d20.
18. These are kind of hard to read.
Would you like to draw off the top, or do you want me to fan them for you?
Fan them for me.
Igneas, I feel
Don't
like
look
something
at them.
bad's
Just
gonna
take
happen.
2.
I'm gonna die. Okay.
So you take 2 cards, and they kind of like float up a little bit. What did you roll on that d20?
18.
Okay, give me 1 second. I have to do some counting.
Oh dear, I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
I feel like this is kind of like a homebrewed deck of many things kind of thing.
Okay, so the cards swirl around, merge into 1 card, and then float a little ways away from you guys and transform into a wagon. And then the voice that you hear in your head from holding this box is like, son of a bitch.
We have a wagon.
Where did that come from?
The cards, I guess.
How?
Give to your friend. Give to your friend. Let your friend draw cards, please.
Can't I draw more cards?
Everyone's allowed to. Please draw them. Please let them draw more cards.
What's it saying to you?
It wants you to draw cards.
You look annoyed at it.
It sounds like a college frat boy.
I'll draw cards.
I don't know if that's a smart idea, Igneas.
No, go ahead.
Oh.
Just gonna hand me the
Seconds.
box.
All right.
What
So,
is
Back up.
so as soon
Back up.
as you let go of the box, you can't hear this voice anymore.
Thank God. Or think, what is it again?
Act now.
Act now.
And as you touch this card,
Did you do that because of the, like, act now above? Kind of like...
yeah, that's what they're saying. Like,
Well, because
God.
act now above is like a southern saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, the
I've
god,
never heard
the
that,
god of this world is just act now.
It's not like a common one. It's like an old one.
Oh, okay.
I put her card there.
Wait, is there horses on the
Nope.
card?
Cool. Draw some horses for us.
Didn't you roll a d20?
3.
Okay. You are once again given the option. Would you like to draw off the top of the deck, or do you want me to fan it out?
Fan.
It's no fun if you don't fan it out.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 2 of them.
Draw 2. Don't look at what they are.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it doesn't super matter if you look at what they are, but no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're just playing cards, right? How the fuck would we know what they mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Is this your card?
And you said 3.
Yeah.
I have to do a lot of math and counting.
I feel like we're over here just watching.
Kit's, like, if like more good shit happens, Kit's just gonna carry this around and be like, I'm gonna mess with so many people.
Okay, so the cards float up, fuse together, spin a little bit, and then into your hand drops a chess set. So fucking let your other friend draw cards, please.
Is that a chess set?
Why did it get
All the little pieces are like shaped like dragons.
That's pretty cool looking. Go ahead and put it in the car.
Are you able to pull this card?
Perhaps.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Let your friend draw more cards, please.
I'm gonna like set the chess set down amongst our things, I guess, and then like pass the box.
Okay.
Hey, draw 2 cards, please.
Oh, but what?
I need you to.
Oh, you
Please.
sound so sad. Are you okay?
Please draw 2 cards. Stop talking. Please.
Okay, drawing 2 cards.
Okay. This is going to be a little difficult because you're on the other side of the table. I also need you to roll me a d20.
I can do the fan out.
That's my Genova set of
That
cards.
is an 8.
Cards. Take off.
That is an 8.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Those are really nice
right
cards.
there.
They are really nice cards. I got them from the rap game. we
Oh,
played.
yeah, that's right.
These are really nice cards. To quickly, this isn't one you pulled. I really like the minimalist white bold in the center with rainbow of the.
I
I knew
like
those were a
that.
good idea.
Yeah, no, they're sick.
Trolli dies on sight.
Hey, you said what? 8?
8.
Once again, the cards fused together, float up a little bit right above your hand, and in your hand drops a candle. And then you hear the voice, and you're gonna be like, okay, fine. And then it stops talking.
Oh. Here you go. There's the box.
I'm just gonna set it in the cart. While I'm holding it, I'll be like, don't worry, I'm sure plenty more people are going to be willing to draw from you. And just kind of toss it in the cart. Can you pull it? I can assist if I need to.
Yeah, can I go and try to...
Sure, yeah, let's see why not. What's your strength score again?
It is an 18.
I was about to say, please don't tell me the kid is somehow stronger than you.
No, it's an 18.
You can pull it, not particularly fast. It's not the same as if horses are pulling it.
Is it
Put it-
faster than us walking?
I doubt we'd be able to ride in it while he pulls it.
Yeah, if you ride in it, no. If you walk in it, you walk slightly slower.
We can pull it to the nearest settlement and then buy horses there if we get the chance.
Oh, here. You two can pull that, because I'm not strong.
Yeah, if anything, I can help, push or pull the cart. I also have an 18 strength, so...
Right. So yeah, you guys can keep this cart. It's pretty nice.
Is it as nice as the non-paralysis cart?
Not quite, but not far off. That one was very clearly
The royal cart!
the cheapest cart amongst royalty.
Right.
Whereas this looks like
It's like the Nimbus 2000.
this looks like a cart that a relatively well-off family would buy their kid.
Okay. So it's like the Sweet 16 present
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The cart itself is painted red. It's got a tarp over the top and curtains in the back. There's space for 2 horses, but you don't have horses. And you threw a chess set and a candle inside, as well as this box containing this deck of cards.
Is there enough room for both of us to be up at the things pulling the cart?
There's enough room for
Okay.
2 horses.
Well, I don't know how big he is, or she, or it is.
Just for the sake of being
don't have a
nice,
gender thing.
yes.
Okay. Because, worst case, I can stand on the outside of the,
Right,
fucking
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Did I show you the updated line art for...
Mm-mm.
No, okay. Let me
And
check
technically, I'm only going to say yes, because even if there wasn't, the next question would be, can I push it? Sure. So yeah, there's enough room.
I basically just have my, sword, slotted through the,
Yeah.
hole that you'd put the thing in, and I'm just...
Yeah.
Sword pointed pretty much directly at you, not, threateningly, but it's just kind of in there, so...
And then on the, front of the cart, on the driver's seat, you can see it if you're looking at the cart. Once again, MP is, put there.
McGuire Poby.
So yeah, you guys have a card now. Congratulations.
Nice.
And then just slight meta, that is a homebrewed deck of many things.
I
there.
figured.
Just for,
I assume, because obviously we're never going to be able to draw cards from it again, I assume there was, like, bad things,
Nope.
but not... Oh.
there's nothing bad.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay?
7.5 feet tall.
Just for the fun of it, are you guys gonna keep, like, when you meet people, are you gonna be like, pull from this, or are you just done with it?
Depends.
Okay.
I'll probably do it, because, like, Kit's like, there's probably nothing, like, horrible with this thing,
right.
but also, like...
There's nothing bad.
Right, but Kit doesn't know that.
Yeah.
He's just like, there's probably nothing horrible in this, but it is kind of amusing to see this guy struggle to make people draw cards.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna, like, introduce this box to people that mildly annoy me.
Just like Funkin' Fudge. Funkin' Fudge.
Yeah, like Funkin' Fudge.
I love Funkin' Fudge.
With the,
Which is great.
with the, like, well, what's the word I'm looking for? With the prerequisite that if anything good comes out, it's ours.
Oh, that was one of the cats. What the fuck is that? That was Musket. So yeah, you guys are pulling this card along. You're trying not to dwell on how hard Gitch was crying on his way out. You hurt him pretty bad. He just wanted a kiss, man. Like,
I'm not about to give him my first kiss, so no. I'm not dwelling on it.
you're wearing this little heart locket. Shut tight, made of gold. It makes you feel good to wear it, but you can't really make much of it.
Is there anything inside that locket?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it opens.
It does, yeah, no, it's closed. There's a little latch, like it's closed.
Oh, it just locked closed?
The same way that there's like a mechanism to keep a locket closed.
Right.
You just press a little button there.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I didn't see it before. Can I open it?
Yeah. What else would a locket do?
I don't know, Raven. Gitch certainly didn't let me look at it long enough, and you didn't mention they fucking
It's a
opened it.
locket!
I asked and he said yes.
I
Dumbass, okay?
don't think... Is there lockets in existence that don't open?
It depends on if it's broken, I guess.
So you open
I would
it.
like to open the fucking locket.
There's just a drawing of a smiley face inside.
That's it?
In better handwriting than Gitch's no refunds, so you can only presume it wasn't drawn by him.
Nice. Can I take this?
That looked like a toddler with their left hand in a crayon. This looks like somebody who knows how to draw did like a perfect little smiley face.
And what's on the other side of it?
Nothing.
Okay, I'll just put it back and close it.
Do you put it back on?
Yeah.
Still feels happy to wear.
Interesting.
It makes you smile a little bit when you wear it. You're like, yeah, my little locket.
Can I do a little experiment? Can I take the smiley out and close it?
No, it's just drawn into the locket.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
a piece of paper.
No.
Okay.
It's like what would be behind the piece of paper. Like, it's just...
Like
Right.
fiberboard, basically.
Yeah, it's just drawn in.
Right, okay.
I mean, you can put other stuff on top of it if you so choose.
I'm just gonna close it up and
Okay.
What was in it?
just a smiley face.
Now that Gitch is gone, very, very quickly, off topic, just for fun, every campaign I ever run will have Gitch. Because I love it.
Sick.
I will make him cry every
The
time.
only,
too.
I'm going to, this is my fun little stupid homebrew thing. And this is, I guess, spoilers for any future campaign I ever do. The signed autographed picture of Gitch will only ever be available the first time you meet him. You might meet him again. It gets you, what did I
Half
say?
off
50,
on-
yeah, it gets you
yeah.
50% off of any of Gitch's items. And each time you meet Gitch, he will have better things.
Okay.
It does transcend campaigns. If I run another campaign in the future and you buy Gitch's autograph without using it, your character just oddly finds a picture of Gitch when they next meet Gitch, like
Fucking
tucked into their
nice.
pocket. Because it's funny.
Damn.
God.
So you have Bill the cook, I have Gitch the wandering beetle merchant.
Bill isn't just a cook. He's a kitchen guy.
I'm Gitch.
He's the Gitchin guy.
But like hypothetically, if you bought Gitch's, which now none of you can buy for the rest of this campaign, if you buy it,
is it basically like a one-time 50 off coupon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, the next item you buy from Gitch will be 50% off. Even if this campaign ends in a year, and then a year after that I run another campaign, and you meet Gitch again, as soon as you meet Gitch, there's just a Polaroid in your pocket, like with a picture of this guy you just met and a signature.
What the fuck is this? Oh, you have my
You have
coupons!
a 50% off coupon.
Now I wish I would have bought.
We must have met at some point. But I'm not gonna.
It would have been literally all of your gold, though.
Yeah, it's 50 gold to buy it.
I know.
And you have no... I make up Gitch's items as I prep the session.
Right. But
Like, every item I ever make, I will catalog. But the first time you meet him, he probably won't have anything really, really good.
So I assume next time we meet him, he would still have, like, the cheats bow and all that.
He would still have that stuff, but he would have other things as well that are a little, like, better.
But I figure like there's nothing I'm going to want to spend my gold on unless it's something that's pretty good.
I mean, like... I
I have no use for
I
it.
will know in my head the last time I won't tell you guys, but like this is the last time they're gonna meet Gitch. He will have nice things.
Gitch have nice things today.
That's why I want.
But Gitch's stuff is very just, at least the first time you
Weird
meet him,
shit.
dumb Git. Like yeah, this bow literally won't miss. You can roll max 3, and you can roll a 0. If you roll a 1 -1, the arrow is just like okay. It's like that arrow happened to be a fucking like Nerf dart that like suction cupped to him but didn't do anything.
Turns out that the tip of the arrow is like rubber.
I liked hearing you be like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "You get 1d4 damage -1." Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa, hang on a second.
No, it's like you will hit, you just won't really do anything. Versus the other one, like you'll fucking do a lot of damage guaranteed if you roll like a nat 20.
I liked the, do I look like I can use a bow?
No.
You bite?
And I'm
No.
going to try to always have him have some kind of dumb bow. Because it's fun.
Dumb
Tired
bow.
of looking at
Yeah.
bows.
Yeah, he just has an elephant next
Give
to
me
him.
pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's Gitch. You haven't met Gitch before tonight. But the both of you have met Gitch. He's Gitch.
I knew about Gitch.
You knew
though.
about
I
him.
love Gitch.
That's why I was like, you're going to know the second he says
Yeah.
hi.
So to be absolutely clear, I can't like have bought the coupon. No, okay.
You can buy it next campaign I run, whenever the fuck that happens to be.
God.
And he will only have the coupon in stock if nobody in the party has a coupon.
So like for the rest of this
I
campaign,
trade
can't
mine
buy that
in.
coupon.
Correct.
I trade mine in, get the discount, and then he's just like, oh, I have a coupon if anybody would like to buy.
Or, okay, a better way to put it is he will... You can't ever have more than one.
Right. I think
And
that
you
would
can't
be-
stockpile them. You can't be like,
Right.
oh, I bought a coupon this campaign, next campaign I use it, but also buy another one. Like...
Bought that coupon for
Or
half
you
off.
you can't have 2 in your inventory. Gitch is a very strong man. You can't handle more than one photo of Gitch.
So, do we reach our destination?
So after, because you're off the beaten path and because nobody else is as fucking weird as Gitch, there's really nobody else out here.
If we hadn't gone down that path, would we have missed Gitch?
Maybe someday you would have met him, but you would have missed him today.
Okay. And we wouldn't have gotten a free wagon.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, if you have written it, what did Gitch get out of the box?
Gitch didn't pull.
Oh.
Yeah, Gitch just... What the fuck is this?
Got
Like,
tired of hearing
Gitch
your
was like,
voice.
to me, this is trash, but I like money, so I can't bear to just throw this away. But sometimes it talks to me, and I don't like that, so buy it off me. So, yeah. Outside of that fucking weird maroon red gummy man Gitch, nothing else out here. And you do make it to Ilkdud pretty uneventfully. You're getting there right as night is starting to fall once again. Everybody roll me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Okay.
14.
25.
Okay. So, excuse me. You get to this, like, it's as much as Funkin' Fudge described it as like middle of fucking nowhere bum city. It's actually not. It's actually a pretty nice town. It's surrounded by trees. The town is like, all the houses are pretty well built. It doesn't look shitty, which is actually a little bit surprising to everybody but Trolli, because you know, like, the Gummy Coastlands don't have much of a government. They have different towns with mayors. So you would think this is like super rural, shitty, thin. Like, no, this place actually looks pretty comfortable, pretty small fantasy town. As soon as you start to get close, you can hear mooing. This is a place, like, there's a lot of farmers here. This not definitely has a lot of cattle. By the sounds of it, primarily cows. With your nat 20, you can tell that, like, for a town this big, it is a little quiet. But you're only left to assume, like, well, the sun's going down. It makes sense everybody's, like, going to bed. You know, like, no big deal. With your 25, and especially, I forgot to give you advantage, but you clearly don't need it. It's definitely quiet. Quieter than Ilkdud would usually be this late at night. Usually there's fucking someone on the banjo and there's a fucking jamboree going on every night because everybody here is just here for a good time. The only thing you can see in the town from, you know, as you guys are walking up to it, there's some people, like, on their porch just kind of, like, rocking in their chair, you know, no big deal. There is a bonfire in the middle of town, and on the opposite side of the bonfire, you can't quite make it out, but there are two people.
I assume as we're walking through and there's like people on the porches, it's a small enough town, and I'm like, oh, hi, Bill, you know?
And I'll leave this to you. When you left to go answer the queen, how long a journey was that for you? Did you go like what you just did, where you kind of just cut through, or did you go on the path?
I probably took the path.
Okay. Did you hitch a ride, or did you go on foot? I believe we said you hitched a ride.
I believe I hitched a ride.
Okay, so you've so far been gone for like 5-ish days.
Okay.
And so you say, like, Bill, and Bill's like, Trolli, where the hell you been?
I've been up in the fancy state.
We were worried about you, old girl.
Oh.
We worried perhaps you went missing.
No, I am right here. I am good and well. I'm happy that you haven't gone missing.
He like leans over a little bit. There's a soldier and a fucking rock with.
Yeah.
What the?
Oh, these are my friends. I met them when we met the
I'm
queen.
like waving.
I met them when we met the queen.
The queen? Like, he has no idea where you've been. The queen.
Oh, I have to catch you up someday. We got to meet the queen.
Come in my bed and call me a strudel. I'm going to bed.
Have a good night, Bill.
Have a good night, Trolli. I gotta get.
Trolli, maybe you should ask for some information before your friends go to bed.
He's gone.
I'm doing this to almost everyone. I'm like, hi, how do you
Okay,
doing?
there's like not that many people. Like, there was Bill, and I'll go ahead and say, you know, Bill is like a stubborn old mule. Like,
Oh yeah.
He.
Oh, Bill.
Bill was like, people are going missing, I'll be fine. Because there, as you know, people go missing before you even left town. Like, I'll be fine, I'm Bill. Like, that kind of guy.
And call me a strudel.
I'm not having conversations with all of them, but at least saying hi.
Yeah,
Oh, sir, not getting out of this chair.
pretty much. One or two people are
I'm
like,
here to kidnap you.
hi,
Oh.
Trolli. And one or two other people are like, oh, Trolli, we thought you went missing. Like, we thought the worst had happened. Your grandfather's been worried sick since you left.
Oh, well, then I should probably go.
You're damn right I've been worried sick. And one of the figures from behind the fire walks around it.
Oh, Gramps.
This is your grandfather, Hans? Is
Hans.
it pronounced Hans? This is your grandfather, Hans. Kind of like a pale red Gummy-Folk. He's like an inch or two shorter than you. He's got a way too big sun hat, gray beard. Like, he looks kind of like a hick, but you know he's a sophisticated man. He's got a blunderbuss on him. Where the hell you been?
Oh, Not right now. You know you can't be mad at me. Come give your granddaughter a hug. You haven't seen her in days.
Yeah, you're right. He gives you a hug, gives you a tight
It's
hug.
so nice to see you. How you been?
I have been, no thanks to you, stressed out of my mind.
I'm so
Who
sorry.
the hell do you think you are? Just leaving?
I'm sorry.
Not so much as a goodbye to your family. You just decided to up and you and your fucking
I wanted to
young.
I wanted to help the town.
Well,
You didn't tell your family you were leaving while disappearances were going on in your town.
I didn't.
don't you go scolding my little sugar plum young man.
I was asking her a question, sir.
This is my
All right
friend.
then, like you call him sir, and he's like,
This is my friend Kit,
"Is Kit?
and this is my friend Igneas.
Hi.
Howdy, Igneas. It's a pleasure.
Is Mama here?
Mama and I have been very busy. Lots happened since you left.
Well, what's happened?
And as he starts trying to describe it, the other thing, I'm gonna go ahead and move stuff around on the map really quick, just to make my life a lot easier. We're gonna go ahead and say that this is the bonfire. You guys are over here.
Here you go. Take that as the bonfire. It looks cooler.
Your grandfather's talking to you, and from the other side of the fire, you get to see the mini I made. It came out really good. Comes this big fucking guy.
Ooh. Whoa.
And
Mysterio? Just kidding.
Do I recognize him?
No. And what's worse is at a glance, you guys can't even tell what he is. Meta knowledge, he just looks like a dragonborn. But in universe, those don't exist.
Right.
Igneas, roll me a perception check.
5.
What the fuck is that? You have no idea either.
Okay.
But he rounds the corner, and he's like, you guys get to hear the return of this voice. Forgive me for interrupting. Mayor Hans, we shouldn't get too distracted, which is shocking for you, because last you checked, your fucking peepaw was not the fucking mayor.
Grams, what's he talking about?
Trolli, it's gotta gum my lips because I'm an old man.
You know what? How about we sit down and we talk about it?
Well, excuse me. What do you think? What do you think, Bohemian? You want to sit down?
Oh, so you're a bohemian.
That is correct.
We just met your friend.
My friend.
Yeah.
I do not have many friends. Who would that?
Funkin' Fudge.
Right.
I take it he's not entirely a
Yeah,
friend.
I take it you're not actually friends.
He's my friend. He's also kind of a pain.
Well, he's looking
So
for
I
you.
know.
Much how your mother is your mother, but much also a bit of a pain. He's looking.
I don't
for
know
you.
That doesn't clear it up for me. What do you mean?
He looks you up and down specifically. I don't know how best to explain that to you. How is the garden doing? How are they handling everything?
Well, everything that's happening here isn't really
Roll
happening.
me
there.
another perception check.
Oh, okay. That's a nat 20.
Okay, so now that he's gotten a little bit closer, all of the scales on this quote unquote dragonborn, he is a rock golem made of a bunch of tiny rocks to look like a dragon.
That was the first idea I had for making the character.
With a nat 20, that is not something that naturally happens. The only thing, with a nat 20, the only thing you can presume that has happened is that multiple times his body has been shattered just enough to not kill him, and he's able to just put himself back together, so he just looks like this scaly beast at this point.
Okay. Well, then, still my response to him would be, well, everything that's happening here on the mainland isn't happening there, so the garden's
That's-
pretty much fine.
Good to know. Actually, hold on. What I need to do real quick is have this open. That's good to know. Thank you. He also gets a nat 20 on his perception check. So as he walks up to Igneas, he looks to Igneas's right and looks at you and kind of looks you up and down.
Hello?
I can't help but notice you have my friend's whip sticking out of your bag.
Technically, according to him, it is mine now.
Right. And as what he would call the Code of the Plains would describe, I can fight you for it. Now, Funk and Fudge may be a pain for me. Your options are give me the whip, or I will hurt you.
But we already made a deal with him to return it.
We have a deal that if he can bring us to where some ruby sugar is, we will give him the whip back.
If my DM brain recalls, the only deal you officially made was finding Bohemian.
I'm aware. But also, technically, that was a deal we discussed.
Where's Fudge now?
He was taking one of our friends back to Nonparelis, and then he is to meet us somewhere.
Why is he doing that?
I'm not really sure. He offered to...
What deal did you strike with my friend? He is not one for deals.
To find you and tell you to go home.
Look, I'll be totally honest with you, sir. We asked him to help us find some sugar.
I see. I think I see what he's doing here.
You are the one that he struck the deal.
So, what you mean to tell me is that, forgive me for assuming, I'm assuming he tried to strike a deal for the whip.
Sort of.
Then assuming he agreed to that deal to find me and kind of gave up on the whip thing. Which means that I, knowing Fudge, probably wants me to go home, is also fully expecting me to get that whip back from you. So I present you with an offer again. You can either give me that whip, or I will fight you for it.
How is that fair to me?
It's not. Give me the whip.
I'm gonna just step back because I'm not having any of that.
Well, all we're trying to do is find some sugar, and he already told us he'd help us find it.
Funk and Fudge says a lot of things, I'm sure. I owe that man a debt. Give me the whip.
It's not like I'm trying to keep it from him at this point.
The only reason you're here with the whip, you know what? He draws his sword on you. Like, give me the whip.
No, there is no need for fighting in my little town. You will put your swords away.
Hans leans over to you and he's like, Trolli, I'm going to be honest with you. This ain't going to be much of a fight.
I would still rather not be fighting in my town.
Sugar Plum, I hate to crack one of my old Hans one-liners, but it's actually my town now.
Gramps, are you going to put up with this fighting in your town? In our peaceful little
town?
town?
Okay. Hans, like, sticks his hands out. Son, why don't you just give him the whip? All right, I've seen what this guy can do.
Because according to the previous owner of the whip, I am now the owner of the whip. You are going to permit him to steal from me in your town?
Bohemian.
Sir?
Bohemian kind of, like, chimes in, like, that whip is yours because you killed the thing that's stolen. It's not stealing if I win it back.
And I have to agree to that fight.
Yeah, and so I'm telling you, you're either giving me the whip or agreeing to the fight.
I don't agree to either of those.
Okay, you know what, Igneas, let's just
Stealing it is, I guess. Like, he's ready to fuck you
Okay.
up.
I'm just gonna push my ass back a bit. How about we just don't do it to the death?
Unfortunately, Kit never really backs down from a fight. I know, out of character, I'm probably going to lose the shit out of this fight.
How about we don't make it to the death?
How about I'm gonna duel this man, young lady.
Okay, and that is
Okay.
perfectly fair. We will let you. Can you do it on the outskirts of town, perhaps?
No. Roll for
Is it
initiative.
okay if I have one of the Hershey kisses?
Yes.
You want to eat Funkin' Fudge?
Not that one.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna let you go first.
Again, out of character, I realize
Yeah.
I'm probably going to lose this fight.
Okay, well.
I will use Fighting Spirit.
Okay.
Oh, I need to add my... Wait, hang on. Is that... I don't remember if it's a roll or not. I think it's just... 5 temp HP and advantage on all my attacks this turn. I have no idea what this guy's AC is.
What did you roll?
16.
That is.
Oh, cool. 10 damage. And then, wait, I didn't even roll my advantage. Okay, it doesn't matter. Wouldn't have been a crit. And then, action surge. I'll do it again. That's clearly a hit if 16 hits. And almost max damage. 17 damage.
Oh dear, hello.
Let me just go ahead and do... So he takes the hits like a fucking champ, I guess.
All of the attacks that Kid is doing are clearly like not trying to kill. It's a duel.
So he takes his big candy cane greatsword, which he does. Look at me. And he does one swing. That's gonna do 11 damage.
Okay.
The next one does. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That first one did 16. I forgot to add the after the dice.
Oh.
And then this one does 17 more. And how are you looking?
Near death.
Okay, so he like at this point he can see it, right? And like, give me the whip.
You don't fight very honorably.
What was not honorably about this?
If you think that I just give up a duel.
Hans takes a step forward. And like, as mayor of this town, son, just give him the whip. I don't think you understand. With no offense to you, Bohemian. Bohemian is an odd feller. He will kill you.
Then he is not very honorable.
I never claimed him to be.
And you don't seem to be stepping in to stop it.
Isn't that what he just did?
This man has done a lot for this town in the past 5 days.
And so overlooking his crimes is okay?
He kind of glances back to his granddaughter. Like, he's not used to being the mayor. And before he can say anything, Bohemian... Because Bohemian towers over you. He's, like, slightly taller than Igneas. He just kind of, like... How much health do you have?
3.
Flavor text. He spits a little acid onto you for 2 damage.
Well, I mean, technically it's my turn.
Okay, then take your turn.
Because I also have, like, healing shit
Take
and all
your
that. I'm going to use Second Wind, which I think is a D10 plus my con. I don't fucking remember.
Can I just start
play
chatting
as a
up with my
fighter.
grandpa?
Well,
No, he's trying to prevent a murder in town square.
Fighter level 3, so it's 13. I'm also going to use another Fighting Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Another 16 to hit for 15 damage.
Yeah, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
He looks pretty okay.
Again, out of character, I realize I'm going to lose this fight, but Kit's not gonna back down. That's just not who he is. Especially since the owner of the whip did tell him, like, you own the whip now.
Yeah, but like you can like
I'm aware.
yeah. Let me think about something real quick.
I should have done the... I don't see his name on it. It's right... You son of a bitch.
Bohemian... Make a opposed grapple check. Not that you're going to win it. So just be honest with you.
25.
Again.
Oh. 25.
Again.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm not... Which then comes out to...
26. I rolled 19, 19, 20.
Okay, you beat him by 1.
Oh my god.
So he tries to grab you by the fucking head. You're pissing this giant rock monster off. But you kind of like push his hand away.
I feel like my attack from last turn was as like he like reaches for me, I just like slash his hand away.
He still gets swinging attack.
Does he have extra attack?
Yeah.
If you use a grapple, it doesn't count. You
Okay.
you have to do an attack, and then you get
Okay.
a second attack as your attack action.
So as Bohemian is towering over you, he's glaring down at you. Choclatin,
How about this?
you are the most cowardly man I have ever met.
How am I a coward? You are the one trying to steal something that belongs
You are the
to
one
me.
refusing to return something that you do not deserve.
And how do you figure that?
You got it off a Cocobald, correct?
I killed something and picked up its weapon, yes. And then
Mayor
decided...
Hans here is correct. I am trying very hard not to cleave you in half.
Then how about we make a deal? All I want is ruby sugar. If you can somehow provide me with that, or at least instructions on how to get some, you can have the whip. That was going to be my deal with Funk and Fudge. I don't care about the whip itself. It is extremely important that I get this sugar.
He rubs his chin, puts his big old sword back. Let us talk later. For right now, he like goes from being pissed to like being back to like
Stoic.
well, actually, no pun intended, stone-faced. But right now, as of late, the trash candy monsters have been attacking this town. I am here because there were reports of a notoriously large one.
Nonparelis was almost wiped out by these creatures.
That's a shame.
The queen herself was almost attacked.
Regardless, I cannot bring myself to leave this town until I have found it. Unlike the smaller monsters that has not attacked this town at any point, but we know it's nearby somewhere. Which is why I can only presume my friend is worried that I haven't made it back yet. He should know better. He should know I'm going to be here until I see it through.
Then perhaps we can help you with that, and in exchange we can get back to what we all need to do quicker.
Right.
If we can make this town safe, I'm sure everyone will feel better.
Well, perhaps let us rest for the night, as somebody has made us needlessly exert ourselves, and work on things in the morning. and to you, he says, I'm staying in a tent over here. We can negotiate our deal there. Unlike Funk and Fudge, I am not one to make deals on a whim.
All right.
And he goes back to his tent, and the three of you are left with Hans. Hans is like, he's a red gummy. He almost looks like a white gummy. He's like, crisis averted, Hans. Good job.
Are you okay?
You know, sweetie pie.
As he walks away, he will say, as he walks towards Dude's tent, he'll be like, I'm sorry for worrying you, sir. And he'll leave.
Where does he go? Does he go to the tent?
Yeah, I mean, I assume the guy's going over there to make the deal.
Just real quick.
Talk.
Hans is going to be like, it's fine. Any friend of Trolli is a friend of the Gumption family. Need a place to stay while you're here. We got plenty of room in the... I recently moved into the mayor's house, so...
Thank you.
It's that big one over there. And you leave. As for the two of you, it's been a long couple of days. Bohemian, confrontational as he may seem, is a good guy.
You got a lot of things to tell me.
Yeah. What did you say your name was, son, again? I forgot.
Igneas.
You gotta forgive me. I am...
If it's easier for you to remember, you could just say
Iggy. Yeah, Iggy.
Well, let's go inside.
Let's
talk
go-
to
let's
Grandma
go.
and all the other siblings.
Yeah. So you two make your way into the house. You make your way over with Bohemian. Danielle, high or low?
low.
Okay. So we're going to start with the two of you in this house. So we cut to the inside of the mayor's house. It is, again, very nice place. Kind of generic, like fantasy inside wooden building. There's a rug on the floor, but the floors are made of things of wood. There's a fire going. Forgive me, I'm going to pull up your backstory so I have everyone's name straight.
As I also definitely...
Yeah.
Remember, the oldest one is missing.
Yes, I know. So you all walk in. You can hear stuff going on in the kitchen. You can hear your DM getting up to pee. The fire's going. It's a very cozy place, and Hans gestures to the couch and then goes into the kitchen.
The crackle of the fire is definitely not pee hitting a toilet bowl.
Oh
Definitely
my
not.
god.
This house is certainly different compared to the one that I left a few days ago.
Yeah, like how I almost died.
She was on the side waiting to use healing word.
Oh, he would have been pissed if you had healed me before the fight ended. He would have been so angry. He would have stopped the fight and given him the whip.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you had
Yeah,
gone down...
I was just gonna leave that alone. Like, that's your business.
And again, out of character, I knew for a fact I was never winning that fight.
Oh, yeah.
But if you had gone down, she was going to be like, hey, healing word.
Okay, if I went down
That's what
and
she
you
was
healed
waiting
me,
for.
okay, then yeah, he wouldn't have been angry.
Because she was going to let you go down.
Okay.
Because clearly you need a lesson. And
It's
you're
not even a lesson, it's literally just like, fuck you for trying to steal this. Like, you think I'm gonna go down without fighting? Like...
As far as he's concerned, it's rightfully not yours. As far as he's concerned, he's like...
As far as Kit's concerned, he doesn't give a fuck about this whip. He just wants some fucking information.
As far as Bohemian is concerned, like, Code of the West, or Code of the Plains, but it's Code of the fucking West,
Yeah.
is fucking
Stupid.
Fudge's thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb.
It's stupid, and Kit agrees, but he was literally just going to use it to get some
Right.
information to save the fucking world.
Right. So anyway, we're in this cozy house. It's... Even for you, it's a new place, because again, 5 days ago, you had a small house on,
made a
like...
comment
Wasn't
earlier.
the mayor.
Yeah, 5 days ago, your fucking peepaw was not the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
Where's
Where's my grandma? Where's Mama?
You sit down on the couch, and Hans is like, I'll be right back. There's a lot to cover. No big
Well,
deal.
it's technically my house, so I'm going to get up and look around.
Excuse you, Sugar Plum. It is my house.
Dude.
I've had a lot of people this past week not respecting me as the mayor because I just started. I am the fucking act now be damned mayor, and this is my mayor house. And as he's raising his voice a little bit, fucking Margaret steps out, and she's like, okay, Hans. It's my fucking house,
Grandma.
fucking Margaret.
Tell Grandpa I can look around the house.
Of course you are allowed to look around the house,
And
darling.
she's not even gonna give him a second. Like, she's just gonna start looking around.
As Trolli starts looking around, Hans like fucking turns to Igneas. He's like, "You believe this shit? I guarantee you don't treat like he says it a little loud so you hear. Guarantee you don't treat your peepaw this way, do you?
What? What is a peepaw?
Everyone's got a peepaw.
It's a
Your
fatherly
your daddy's
figure,
daddy.
yes.
Your daddy's daddy.
What?
Gramps, he's from the garden. He doesn't have parents.
I know what the garden is." And he leans in on you, Igneas, and he's like, "I'll be your peepaw. I will be your peepaw. I can't bounce you on my knee. I can barely bounce her on my knee. You are very big."
Yeah.
Peepaw Hans has had a stressful couple days.
I'll get Bohemian to bounce you on his knee.
I'm gonna come back to the main room. I'm gonna give Mama a hug.
Okay. Mama Margaret is like, "Oh,
My Margaret.
yeah, May Margaret. Sugar Plum, you had us worried sick. You barely even said goodbye."
I'm so sorry. I needed to help the town, and y'all were gonna stop me.
Okay, well, how about, I'll tell you what. Juby and Jolly, they are out with a friend at the moment. So at least stick around until they get home.
Oh, of course.
And Harry, let's sit down.
Where's Dot?
I thought you said your eldest sister had disappeared a while ago.
Eldest sibling.
Oh, eldest. I'm sorry. I read it as eldest sister. I'm sorry.
Ah,
Okay. I'm gonna rewind slightly now.
Cool.
I misread that word. And Dot is busy. Let's sit down and let's talk.
Oh, all right then.
Okay. And so the two of you, you sit down. Margaret sits down. And, like, Hans seems to refuse to sit until you sit down.
I don't know if it's okay to sit down.
Your peepaw says it's okay to sit on the couch.
Okay, I sit on the couch.
You sit on the couch. So I'm picturing in my head that, like, you're sitting on the same couch as Margaret, and you're sitting on the same couch as Hans. They're facing each other, the coffee table in the middle. Margaret's lifted a little bit, but, like, she doesn't seem to mind. She's able to use her she's a gummy person. She's able to kind of just, like, stick herself in place so she doesn't slide down the couch.
That's adorable.
Well, fuck my butt and call me strudel. This couch is lifting.
I'm glad you like that expression.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. Are you shitting me?
Did you come up with that on the spot?
I was like, what would be a term of, like, fuck, like, I have to think of these
Well,
things.
fuck me, like that kind of
like,
thing.
Come in my butt and call me a strudel.
That's fucking amazing. Can we give the DM a luck point?
Aw, thanks, guys. So they all kind of sit down. Hans sets his blunderbuss down. He's a little tired. He's rubbing between the temples. Oh my god, the shit I gotta pull up with. Oh my god, being mayor kind of sucks. I thought I would just get a couple extra cows, like that kind of thing. And Margaret is like, so it's been a couple days.
How did this happen in a couple
Okay.
days? We never had a mayor before. What is this?
Well, you know, enough people have gone missing. I'm like struggling with Margaret's voice. I don't know what I want to settle on here. Enough people have gone missing.
Sorry.
Old smoker grandma.
That, you know, we as a town, you know, I don't know if you remember when you were a little girl, Trolli, we used to have a mayor. And then he just kind of died of old age and we never really bothered again.
Well, because we never needed one. We were a self-sufficient town.
I agree, but Ilkdud is beginning to think with all the disappearances and the monsters, we maybe need somebody in charge. And your old Peepah Hans is one of the eldest in town. He's been around the block, so to speak. He was elected to help guide us through these troubling times. Like, she's trying to be sensitive about it, but fucking Hans is next to you, like, fucked. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
Well, why do you think I went?
Meanwhile, I'm like nodding along, like that makes perfect sense.
Yes, of course. Like, what else would you do given this?
Yeah, that's how it works, right?
Well, why do you think I went all the way to see the Queen?
Honey, we didn't know where you were going.
And that is my fault.
You left in such a rush that we just assumed you were dying and were hiding like a fucking damn kitty cat Nestle does before they die.
Do that?
I don't know. Listen,
I went to go see the
ever
Queen.
since Harry disappeared that one day, and like as soon as she says, you kind of like, honey, we were just worried, and it's.
Look, if I can help the Queen, her reward is a favor. I was trying to help our town.
Okay, well, we appreciate it, but in the meantime, we've had to make do.
When did Bohemian get here?
Bohemian got here about a day or two after you left.
And did any more people disappear after I left?
One or two. Bohemian's doing his best to stop it all from happening, but... And Hans chimes in like, the trash candy goblins. Lately it feels like there's a lot more of them. And, Trolli, you've always known your way around defending yourself, but not a lot of people in this town do. We're a simple town. We're farmers. I got me and my blunderbuss. You can defend yourself just fine. Bohemian's best we got. I hate to say it. I know he's here for a specific reason and then he's eager to hop on home. But we kind of need him around. Not that your oldest sister's been any help.
Well, where is Dot?
That's a great question, Trolli. Where is Dot?
Well, where did you last see her?
Margaret chimes in. She comes home every night. Come on, Hans. Let's not pretend like she's missing, but she's busy. Again, Trolli, Sugar Plum, we're really not trying to give you any trouble, but you did just kind of leave, and Dot, between you and your older brother, just went looking.
Well, won't she be surprised?
I hope so. I'm not sure she's gonna have too many kind words for you whenever she does get home.
I reckon she won't.
Anyway, that's been the gist of what Ilkdud has been dealing with. People going missing, your Peepon, Bohemian doing their best to stop any monsters that wander in, and your sister looking for you.
What about... I know their names.
Juby and Jolly?
Juby and Jolly.
Juby and Jolly, they're fine. Tending to the farm while your grandmother and I need to tend to the town. I believe they're seeing their male friends at the moment. Not too fond of that, but it's fine. You know how they... You know how your siblings, not your younger, your youngest of your elder siblings, bit of lookers.
Well, we're all lookers in this family.
Kind of like, I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, where do you think we got it from?
But anyway, as newfound mayor of this town, how did you went to see the Queen? I guess. How did that go?
It went awful.
Okay.
We got there, I met Igneas and Kit, and then the trash goblins attacked us in the middle of the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And then the queen gave us a little talk, because we were the only people who survived in the celebration. And now we're out doing a request for her in order to get that reward.
There were supposed to be a lot more people than just us.
What are you doing here then? Not that we don't love seeing you, Sugar Plum, but...
I was about to say, would you rather I leave
No.
again?
That's not what your peepaw's trying to say.
We're here because she requested a certain item that is here.
Oh, well,
Do you remember where the coconut? I don't remember what you call them.
they're just like cream coconut.
Yeah. Do you remember where the what was it? Cream nuts.
Peepaw, do you have any creamy nuts?
Oh my god.
None for you.
Do you remember where those coconuts were? You know, the ones that we used to go and,
There's a lot
throw
of
at you as children.
You threw a lot of coconuts at me. I'll dwell on it, but off the top of my head, no, I do not.
No.
I can't remember because of how many coconuts you threw at me.
Mama, do you remember? I never threw any at you.
Darling, I ain't even gonna pretend to know.
Okay.
I remember you threw exactly 17 types of coconut at this man.
But what I do remember involving coconuts, young lady,
No. we
you
don't
threw
have to
way too many at your peepaw.
There's no need to get
Stop
into it.
throwing coconuts.
Stop
She
at
like
the age of
she
13.
allows herself to like slide down the couch a little bit to get closer to Igneas, and she's like, "Can you believe some youngin throwing coconuts at their peepaw?"
With my limited experience in having a peepaw, I still have to say no. I can't imagine it.
You sound like such a good boy.
Igneas, what side are you on?
She like finally allows
Just hear the
herself.
stone gears cranking in his
She
head. Like,
allows herself to slide all the way down and rests her head on your shoulder. I'll be your Mima.
Oh, yay!
Igneas, whose side are you on?
You don't scold your younger brother like that. How old are you again?
I'm 4.
You're 4. Actually, now that I think about it, we're your Mima and Peepaw, meaning if he's our youngin', don't you scold your uncle like that.
What's happening?
And as you guys discuss some family drama, I'm gonna cut over to Kit. In my limited experience of having a peepaw, it's been like 5 minutes. So we're gonna cut over to Kit. So Kit, you are approaching Bohemian's tent. It's about this. It's a big ass tent because like it has
Clearly,
to fit him. Like
it's probably like a normally like 8-person tent,
yes,
and like
yes.
it's for this guy.
And the material is like very thick, very sturdy. He's already inside it. So yeah, you are approaching him.
Okay. I'll walk in.
And as you walk in, he's cleaning chocolate off his sword. Your chocolate.
Yeah.
And he kind of glances at you. Sit.
And he'll sit.
Kit.
Yes.
So you want ruby sugar from the donut plains.
At least some information on it.
Right.
I take it, being that you are here to help this town, that you are someone who at least somewhat prides themselves on being a good person.
Kit, we are not here to talk about me.
It
What
does
do you
come back.
want the ruby sugar for?
Well, that is why I was coming here to... Or that is why I was getting to you being a good person. We are here on behalf of the Queen, and he's going to kind of, like, point at the little thing that he had. I don't remember what it was.
The insignia.
Yeah, it's just like a little insignia.
Yeah.
It's like a little cupcake.
The Queen has sent us to go and check the Donut Plains for some ruby sugar, as well as find a special whipped cream coconut from the Gummy Coastlands. She believes that she has found A cure for the heat.
He stands a little straighter. Are you sure?
She has to have the ingredients to check. That is why I need the ruby sugar.
Right, no, I understand. That is...
I don't care about the whip. You can have the whip. I just need information, and it was my only leverage to anyone on the Donut Plains.
Well, I will make that deal, and However, I can't promise you like the information I will give.
That's fine.
I do have information on the ruby sugar.
I'm sure it will be difficult to get. It's one of the most valuable things on the Donut Plains, therefore only the most powerful will have it, I'm sure. I just need to know where, who, or how. And he will hand him the whip.
He puts the whip to his side. Approximately 75% of the people on the Donut Plains have ruby sugar on them at any time. It is not an uncommon thing. The ruby sugar you are looking for, I don't believe to be quite the same ruby sugar that is
Pure
prominent.
and freshly ground.
Right.
I need a ruby stone.
Okay. Now, the problem here is that ruby sugar amongst the people of the plains is essentially, with the way it's made, a drug. It is mixed with one or two other things. I wouldn't know. I don't dabble in that.
I know a thing or two about the drug trade from my youth.
Right.
Never did it myself.
So in all technicality, it's common. The problem in your case might be the fact that it is such a popular drug, getting your hands on a raw ruby stone can be quite difficult because of how sought after they are.
That is why I figured that would only be in a place of high power. Because they would want to keep it fresh and have large stocks of it, I would assume they would keep a few stones unground. Correct?
Correct. And it does naturally occur in other places.
I know that our journey will not be easy.
It won't. My best offer to you, the Donut Plains, as I'm sure you're aware, greatly thrives on power. Now, there is more than one kind of power. While I may be physically stronger than my friend Funk and Fudge holds more power than I do within the plains, simply because of how well respected he is amongst the plains.
Why is that?
I wouldn't know. He's been well respected on the plains as long as I've known him.
He does seem to have a bit of a charm to him that he seems to toss around.
Right.
I'm wondering if perhaps...
Unfortunately, that is the only thing he tosses around. But anyway,
how did you come to meet him? You seem complete opposites.
we met, it was a while ago. Well, I have been a traveler for a long time, as long as I can remember. And I, for a while, found myself in just secluded corners of each colony. He kind of like looks you up and down. I've seen the way you look at Igneas and occasionally myself. I understand you are not a fan, to put it lightly.
You have garnered my respect. Igneas not quite yet.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, there are plenty of people amongst the colonies that may never respect our kind.
I know that many people see you as objects.
Right.
That is not how I see it. I simply see it that, particularly, at least Igneas, has not shown very much in the way of intelligence.
Right. I
You
would know.
have.
I wouldn't know him well enough to comment one way or another. Anyway, so a bit of a traveler, and I can't recall exactly how many years ago, but a few years ago, while wandering the plains, I happened to meet Funkin' Fudge, who at the time just needed, as much as I don't like to remember, he needed a bouncer for a club. And as a man of honor, that was not a fun position for me, but he paid well.
The things you have to do for money are not exactly respectable all the time. I understand that.
Luckily for me, A, he paid me well, and B, as degrading as it may have felt, the fact that he paid me at all was very... it showed how much he respected me, because technically on the plains, now that I know how much power that man truly has, he could have just made me do it. And yet he chose to pay me to do it.
Right.
And, since then, Fudge and I have gone on many endeavors together, and that's how we met. Back to more pressing matters. So, you said you needed ruby sugar.
Ruby stones.
Ruby stones to get ruby sugar, as well as cream coconuts.
Yes.
Forgive me for not saying it. It's a lot to take in that the queen has any semblance of it. It's a miracle, really.
Please do not share this information openly. The only reason I told you is because you said you were willing to fight the trash goblins.
Why would we not celebrate over the idea of a cure?
Because in trying to find the cure, she has realized that most likely the heat is manufactured.
He slowly nods. Well, unfortunately, Kit, I cannot help you in any real way outside of information. I have things that I need to attend to.
I'm aware. Information would be just fine.
I will say this. Trash candy, as it were, likes to eat sweet things.
I've noticed.
Right. And, again, ruby sugar should not be too hard to find. If anything, I would believe Fudge will be able to help you with that. As for cream coconuts, perhaps there's been a lot of trash goblins nearby, and perhaps it would be worth looking into. I mean, I can only assume something sweet enough to be part of a cure for the heat would be something that they would quite enjoy.
That is a fair thought.
I apologize, I can't give you much more than that.
What you've given me has already been very helpful.
My entire purpose here has been to try and find the biggest, the big trash monster that keeps popping up in stories, but I have yet to find.
I am more than happy to help you with that if you need me to.
We will see what tomorrow brings.
As I have found out, this is Trolli's hometown, and I have a great deal of respect for her.
She did seem awfully nice.
She is also a fierce warrior. She is one of the only 3 people that survived in our attack. I still have a ways to go with Igneas because he still seems very inexperienced. I'm not sure exactly how age works for your people, but...
It doesn't.
Right.
You show up one day, and
I meant mentally more.
Right. Well...
But he seems very inexperienced, not quite ready to go out into the world.
Well, be patient with him. You see, most rock golems... I am a bit of a outlier. Not only have I been around a long time, I have been around long enough that the rock garden did not exist when I came. It was still a part of the main continent.
So at least... But I know how old that would be.
That would, it happened just when the war ended. They were like, peace the fuck out. and
Okay. So then, probably knowing when the war ended, I'd be like, so then a little over 400 years ago.
Yes.
You truly have been traveling for a while.
Right. Now, Igneas seems to come from the garden. And on top of that, he struck me as rather young.
I believe he said he was 4.
Right, that makes sense. See, golems of the garden are not dumb. They are born with the intelligence of an adult, because that's all we ever truly are, when you can't age. However, the garden tends to view the world as something to only observe. It's not his fault that he does not know his way around it. His people have tried to teach him to just leave it alone. If anything, the fact that he's out here at all is a good sign for at least how brave he might be.
That does give me some perspective. We shall see if he can earn the respect.
Right. Regardless,
And a mission as important to this, no one can afford to babysit.
I could not agree more. Regardless, I'll tell you what. It seems as though we've gotten lucky tonight that no trash monsters have invaded the town.
He's kind of like, yeah.
I'm going to use this opportunity to get some well-deserved rest. In the morning,
Do your people sleep?
my people don't do a lot of things, but
I only ask because Igneas does not seem to do so.
rest is still required. We just have to be careful as being rock. If we get too lost in rest, we can lose track of time. While I may have been around for 500 years now, there are chunks of time where I may have just gotten lost inside my own head.
If that ever happens to Igneas, is there any way for me to wake him up?
Oh yeah, just give him a bit of a jostle just to remind him, like, hey, we have stuff to do. It's one of the things Fudge occasionally has to do for me if I get lost in thought. Anyway, I'm going to take my much-deserved rest.
He'll kind of like, because like he's clearly like in pain.
Yeah.
He's just like, I will leave you to it.
He will kind of like... So as you go to get up, he'll like place a hand on your shoulder. And he'll be like, Kit, while one might consider what you did tonight brave, perhaps going forward, if you respect your friend Trolli so much, pay her mind when she may suggest what you're doing is a bad idea. And he gives you like a squeeze on the shoulder. You get 25 HP back, but he squeezes hard enough for it to hurt a little bit. But he gives you 25 lay on hands HP.
As it just kind of like, as his cracks fill in, just noted. But unfortunately, sometimes the fate of the world is a little more important. I cannot let a whip stand in the way of that. And he'll stand up and walk out, clearly more like, all right,
I'm feeling better.
He goes, he like clicks his sword out of place and like pulls it off. I don't suppose you can fix this.
Like your hand?
If it's gone from here, so.
No. Unless you still have it. I mean,
Knew I should have kept it.
okay. So Kit, you leave the tent. Town is still just as quiet. But what you do see is a gummy woman with a bow on her back, marching towards the mayor's house. And she looks pissed.
Is everything all right?
Yeah.
I assume you're heading to the mayor's place?
Yeah, no shit. And she just walks past you.
He's just gonna start following her because he's heading there too.
Don't be fucking weird, dude.
I'm also going to the mayor's
I'm about to
place.
get my ass.
Why?
I've been invited to stay there for the night
By who?
by Peepaw Hans.
Fucking Pete. Only one woman would call that man Peepaw. And she starts marching a little faster.
I'm gonna get my ass.
Open the door! Fucking, she opens the door herself.
Oh my fuck.
Yeah, Kit's gonna kind of like half jog to keep up with her, like, whoa, hang on, what's happening? What did I do?
You! It's your older sister, Dawn.
You can clearly see that I'm like scared of this person.
As you like lean back, the whole couch just.
Oh hi, Dad.
Where the fuck have you been?
I've been out seeing the queen.
Now help me. You just leave. You don't even say
did.
bye to your older
sorry,
sister.
I did.
You just walk out.
I didn't think about it.
You don't think ever, apparently.
Well, I mean, that's a little harsh. It's nice to see you.
Peepaw, are the others home yet? Like, Peepaw's like, first of all, please be a little more gentle with the door. Secondly, no, they're out with friends. Okay, good. You, come here.
Saunters on over.
She takes you by the hand and leads you out the door.
Okay. I still look just as happy.
As she finally walks past me, just step
She
inside.
walks past you again. She's like, don't call him fucking Peepaw. That's mine.
He'll just like.
I'm happy that my older sister's Darky.
Pretty much. I didn't really think of it. But
She's Dottie.
And so she leads you out to the bonfire.
Throws you in.
Kills you, you die.
Okay.
Character.
You become a trash candy goblin.
Can plays Harry. I'm missing.
Did you get my message, by the way? This is
no.
what to call the goblins.
Hold on, let me see. I'm not calling them that.
Come on, Gobblerones is perfect.
I'm not calling them that. I also just want to think
I would call them gobstoppers.
the artwork you sent me.
That's even better.
Oh yeah,
Gobstoppers.
gobstoplins.
Because they're okay. I guess no, we won't worry about that.
The trash ones are everlasting gobstoplins.
Where the fuck did you go?
I went. Sorry, it's Darky.
I feel like Trolli is Darla.
I wanted to help our town, so I went to go and answer the queen's request for help.
And you didn't think to ask me to come along with you or anything. You just took it upon yourself to walk
I
out.
didn't want anybody else to.
Do you? She
I wanted to be an independent woman. I can
She's-
do things by myself.
She's tearing up a little bit, and she's like, do you have any idea how scary it was for me to think that I had lost a second sibling?
I'm sure that it was very hard.
You're sure it was?
It
You're
was
positive.
hard for me too.
And yet you did it
okay?
anyway. Is that what I'm hearing?
I didn't mean to hurt you.
I have spent day after day going through the entire fucking forest around here looking for you.
I'm sorry.
You know how much stress Peepaw's under right now? And you just walk out? Tell me, what was so important? What did the queen give you?
We haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, you haven't gotten it yet. Fucking great. So it was worth it then.
You really gonna do this right now?
Well, you're coming back after being gone for 5 days, right?
I could have been gone for longer if you wanted.
That's exactly not... Why are you... You think you have any authority in this situation, Trolli? Trolli, you're 19. Fucking... Harry was 25 when he went missing. As old... How old was he?
He's 30.
Yeah, but did you say when he went missing?
Oh, he went missing recently.
Okay.
So he's 30.
Harry's 30. Oh, sorry, it's your parents that disappeared a long time
Yes.
ago. Sorry. Harry, stronger than the rest of us. Don't tell him I said this. Stronger than Peapod at this point, all right? He's a young man.
Oh, I'm definitely telling him that.
You tell him that, I'm going to tell him what you did with that Johnny boy back a couple months ago,
No,
all right?
there's no need for that.
Okay. Well, then
First kiss my ass.
There was no kissing. It was pure cuddling.
Look, I don't mean to yell at you, but there's a lot going on, and I know you're a young, strong woman, but I don't want to lose you too.
And you're not gonna lose me. I defended myself very well.
That's what Harry said.
Don't do that.
What do you want me to do?
It
You
feels
could-
so bad if Trolli dies in this campaign.
You could come with me. You could help us.
Think about this. Think about how many times you would come home from tending the farm all day, and Harry would scoop you up and call you his little bubblegum ball and just make everything feel all right. And think about the fact that you are most likely never going to get that again. That's what you put me through.
Doc, you realize that I'm doing this so that I can try to find
Doing
Harry.
what? All you've told me is that you went and saw the queen and got nothing out of it.
As you are aware, there are monsters around us. There is a plague.
I know there's monsters in the plague around us. I've at least killed a few of them.
I'm trying to find Harry. I'm trying to help our town.
Okay.
The sooner that I can help the queen and get her assistance in helping us figure this out, get a search party, go looking for him, then the quicker he is found, dead or alive. I'd rather alive.
I think the point she was making is that you didn't specify that that's what you got out of it.
No, I didn't. She wouldn't let me. She yelled at me.
Now, does
Thanks,
it make
Uncle
more
Igneas.
sense?
I'm kidding.
She just somehow knows.
I can feel when a new member of the Gumption family. Okay. We'll let bygones be bygones. You're back now. I'm ecstatic that you are.
Are you?
Yes.
I'm ecstatic to see you too.
Okay. She gives you a hug. She gives you a tight hug. She again, like, as angry as she is, she's also crying because she was terrified for you.
Oh yeah.
So, what now? I'm hoping you
I'm trying to
have
find,
something for me.
I'm trying to find those coconuts we used to throw at Peepaw as kids.
We threw a lot of coconuts at people.
This is gonna be a big, long running thing.
And the queen says she needed whipped cream from a specific coconut.
Let me think. Whipped cream coconuts aren't all too common.
But I know we've seen them. We've thrown a lot.
We have thrown a lot of coconuts.
He was rather distressed over it.
Igneas is just in the window a few feet away, like, listening in.
Kit's behind him, like,
Man, that dogger really laid into Trolli.
she was kind of scary. I want to see how this happens.
The queen
Well,
has asked us to
The
gather
cream
some...
coconuts. The cream coconuts. Cream coconuts. Cream
The queen has
coconuts.
asked us to gather some items, including a cream coconut and ruby sugar.
I wouldn't know nothing about ruby sugar, but I
that
know
is another issue that I'm dealing with.
I know I have seen green coconut somewhere.
I was thinking it was going to be more upon the coast.
No, because you and I never made it down. Well, you and I made it down the coast all the time, but
Yeah, I remember, you know.
But
running
Peepaw
away.
never really came with us, and if he wasn't there, we couldn't have thrown him at him. And I know we threw some cream coconut at him. I'll tell you what.
It's actually a really clever way to narrow it down.
I'll tell you what, little sis. You and I, let's go home. Let me sleep on it. I swear I remember him somewhere.
I've got like 7 people sleeping on this information.
Is there anybody watching the town during the night, by the way?
Well, usually, she looks at her little gummy watch. If we were going to get hit, it would have happened by now.
I mean, it could happen at any point in the night, though. I mean, we were just attacked the other day.
Well, if you would like to keep watch with me, you
I would
and I
be
can
more
keep
than
watch.
happy to do that with you.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
It'll be just like old times.
Just like a good old-fashioned sleepover after we finish throwing them there coconuts.
Peepaw take a quick nap. So will we.
You know what? I'm a little worried that he's mayor now with how many coconuts we threw at him.
So the two of you can kind of just sit by this bonfire. And after a little while, back in the house, Hans, to the two of you, is like, it's looking like they're going to stay out there. If you boys, my grandson here, would like to take a bedroom, I've got one the two of y'all can share if you want to relax for the night. I know your people at least need to rest in some capacity, because Bohemian always does.
Correct.
If you would like, because I know that this town has been attacked a lot, I can rest outside and try to keep watch. Since I was a kid, have not really needed much in the way of sleep.
That's fair, but if you don't mind me, for the sake of my family, I think I'd like to let the two of them have their privacy for the night and just let them handle it. I don't think they're going to need to keep watch, but maybe they need to talk.
Right.
And besides, it's a big bed. It's a big bed. The two of you can fit in there.
I don't need to take up space on the bed, but thank you.
You're welcome. Come on. And he takes you guys through the house.
Margaret like makes tea and everything.
Yeah, Margaret actually is making something in the kitchen.
Margaritas.
And Hans takes the two of you over to a bedroom that the two of it surprisingly is a big enough bed that hypothetically the two of you could sleep in it. And he's just like, holler if you need anything. And I don't mean confine me. I mean holler if you need anything. We're, as you might have picked up on, we're a pretty loud family. Get out, boys! And he just walks away. And I'm assuming nothing happens there. After a few minutes, Mima Margaret will also quickly walk out to the bonfire with 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, wow.
Homemade fucking Margaret's magnificent coffee that she's so well known for throughout this
Margaret's
town.
magnificent mocha.
Yes, that she's so well known for throughout this town.
Oh, thank you, Mima. That's just nice, right sweet of you.
I'm gonna head off to bed.
Have you seen Juby and Jolly yet?
They're probably out spending the night with some boys.
Oh, they're missing all the fun,
I'm
aren't
sure
they?
they'll see you in the morning.
I can only hope.
Good night.
Good night, Mima.
When she's walking away, Dot is staring into the fire. Jolly, do you remember that one grove Harry would always take us to, where the trees around it were so thick that you had to go in through that one little nook and cranny?
Yes, yes. He scraped his knee and he acted like he was dying. And it scared us.
I think that might be where the coconuts are.
Really?
Because if you remember, one time we stayed out a bit too late, and if I remember right, both Peepaw and Meemaw showed up to bring us home.
And that's when we threw the
And then we threw coconuts. And I swear I remember they were really nice coconuts, a nice creamy white. So I'm thinking those might be the coconuts you're looking for.
She like gets a little excited. Well, we should go get them now.
Well, I don't know if we should be heading out this late. Plus, the whole reason we're out here is to guard the town. We can't just leave.
We should leave first thing in the morning.
We will leave in the morning.
In the morning, first thing in the morning.
Well, you should at least get some sleep before you head out, but yes.
It sounds like a deal.
I don't know if you remember how to get there, so I will help you find it.
Of course, well, of course you were coming with me. You didn't think you were coming with me?
I didn't want to interrupt whatever synergy you got going on with your new friends, but, the ones you left for. But, I will, as your delightful older sister, head out with you.
Well, I didn't leave you for them. I met them only a day or two ago.
Your Choclatin friend's a little weird.
Oh, he's a little
He
weird.
followed me. It made me a little
He stalked
uncomfortable.
you? He didn't
Little
really?
bit.
Oh my goodness.
Little bit.
I'm gonna have a word with him.
So am I.
We'll have a word with him together.
Once we find those coconuts, we might have to throw a few. And as the two of you continue to just talk, you talk about the fact that you're going to go to this grove tomorrow. Talk about some fun, like memories, like Harry. A lot of them are about how sweet he was, and he'd be like, you little fucking ball of gum, like that kind of thing. Eventually, you kind of start to like fade a little bit. You fall asleep with your head on your sister's shoulder, and she just kind of keeps an arm around you. Kit and Igneas rest in the room they're awkwardly sharing.
I feel like we're just kind of sitting in opposite corners, just like...
Hopefully, me, Mom, Papa aren't having too much fun.
No.
They did say they were a loud family.
Me, Mom, Papa go to bed, and Bohemian just pretty much just meditates in his tent. And as the night continues on in this small town of Ilkdud, eventually the sun comes up, and much like a rooster, but not a rooster, as soon as the sun starts coming up, you start to hear the cows kicking again. And Trolli is aware where these coconuts may be. Her older sister Dot will help them get there, as well as potentially Bohemian, and that is where we will call our session.
Yay.